Live from Mount Airy High School here on the second round of the state 1AA playoffs. This is Maroon Devil football here on the Maroon Devils Network on a cold, frigid Friday night down here in Mount Airy, North Carolina. Hi, everybody. Gary Ayers along with Coach Rod White here as we're literally setting up in the Maroon Devil fan section, if you will, next door to the band, across the way, of course, from the Mount Airy Granite Bears. As I tell you, Coach, we were here back in 2014, I believe it was, about 4 years ago. I think it was a little colder that night, but I can't remember ever a warm time up here at Mount Airy High School.
No, and unlike last week, we're playing somebody we got a history with. We've got a playoff history with these people. Over the years, several times we've played them here. We've won some, we've lost some here. They've played at our place. I don't think they've ever beaten us at our place, but we do have a history with them. I know one season we ended a season up here, and I'm not real sure when it was, 2006 or 2007. That they beat us up here in the third round, and that put us out of the playoffs. But, we got a lot of history up here with them.
Oh, no doubt. We've played them 3 times before. We're 2-1. We have the upper hand. Coming in tonight, of course, as everybody who keeps up with the media and reads about this stuff, we are the underdog, obviously, coming in as a number 8 seed against a number 1 seed. That's just the way those things play out. So we are the underdog. I would imagine the pressure is on those Granite Bears over there, and they're dark blue. It almost looks like black with white numbers. So, hey, they realize they're the favorite. They're playing at home. They're supposed to win. We'll see if they can make that happen, because our Maroon Devils have a whole lot to say about that.
Yeah, and from what I understand, just from getting from the coaches down here before the ball game and talking to them about the athletes that Mount Airy has, they got all-around better athletes than we do. I mean, it's just one of those things, and so it'll boil down to a ball game. I think it's going to probably look a whole lot like last week, where we just can't let them run up and down the field with the football, contain them as much as we can. Did a great job of it last week, and defended in one of the best running games that we'd seen all year long. And we stepped up, and a lot of players who had been struggling pretty much all year long, making huge plays against that offense last week, and then us being able to just hang on to the football score when we needed to.
Coach, that was big as we, again, shot down the number 1 running back in the state of North Carolina. That includes all levels. As their running back had 2,700 yards, we held him to just over 100. Now, ironically, Coach, it's funny you mentioned that, because coming into this game tonight, they have a quarterback who has passed for 2,700 yards. And that's an incredible stat when you look at it. But let's hope that our Maroon Devils can shut down this big stat guy here tonight. He's got 2 great receivers, so we'll see if we can slow down a passing game tonight as opposed to the running game.
Exactly, and it boils down to – you can't have a quarterback throw for that many yards if you don't have receivers who can catch it and make something happen with it. So that's where the eyes are going to be, is between that quarterback and those receivers. And I understand their running back, he is going to be, I don't know if he'll be as good as the one we saw last week. He don't have those kind of numbers, but according to Coach Blankenship, he may be the best player on the football team.
Well, I tell you what, they are balanced. They run and they throw. You're talking about their running back. His name is Jonathan Smith. He is a junior. He's 5'9", 180 pounds, has 1,266 yards rushing, 21 touchdowns. But he's also a beast on defense, 60 tackles. So that tells you this kid's a football player.
Yeah, I believe I understand he's an outside linebacker. He runs to the football. They probably got him in a great place out there where he can defend the field, and We'll be seeing him show up a whole lot, I'd say, on our option game, and we'll have to be reading him to see what we're going to do with the football.
And besides that, they've got another underclassman at quarterback. We're talking about their star, if you will, Holden Poindexter. Only a sophomore, 6 feet, 170 pounds, but again, 2,700 yards passing. As anybody from Navy Schuler to Heath Schuler will tell you, that's a lot of yards.
But you just don't put up those kind of numbers unless you're really, really good at what you do. You don't just happen to throw for 2,700 yards a year. I don't care what kind of offense you run. So, between he and these receivers, we got our hands full.
Talking about their receivers, Coach, they're actually, I think, a couple of brothers. They have Greg Green. He's got 23 passes, or 23 passes, 632 yards, 9 touchdowns. But his brother, the senior, Donovan Green, he's 6'2", 200 pounds, and this number blows my mind. 52 catches this year.
Yeah.
52 catches for 12 touchdowns. That's a big number.
Yeah, that's not all throwing the ball deep either. That's them getting the ball in his hands underneath, short routes, and he's just been making things happen. And you put up those kind of numbers, and that just doesn't happen. That takes a lot of talent, a lot of skill, and a lot of teamwork.
And Coach, as we said last week, and I truly believe this, you don't win football games in the media and with statistics. You win football games getting out there and playing between those yard lines, don't you?
Oh yeah, and that's what's fun about it. You don't know, and this is the time of year. There is no tomorrow if you lose, so you can lay it all on the line, just like we did last week.
Yep.
We had nothing to lose by tweaking our offense a little bit and turning it into an old school. Wishbone single wing, basically. We just when you put 5 linemen on one side of the football and 2 on the other and run your offense out of it and are able to hang on the football and control the clock, get first downs, and score when you needed to, then, that's a throwback.
Oh, no doubt about it. Got the job done. Fans, stay tuned. We've got more coming up as, again, we're live on a Friday night here from Mount Airy on WBHN and the Maroon Devils Network. Whether you're listening on the radio or listening on the internet, we appreciate you for joining us here as kickoff is coming up in just about 23 minutes or so here live. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this 2-minute break here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back on a Friday night here from Mount Airy High School. Again, just up the road. Some people like to call this Mayberry, but Mount Airy is the official name. But, Coach, they have a great football tradition. I was actually looking down on their wall of champions down there. They've only had one, I call it modern-day state championship. They won the state title in 2008. They played for the Western Regional Championship and won it last year, as we know, over the Murphy Bulldogs. They knocked Murphy out, and then Mount Airy went on to play Tarboro and lost. But coming into this game tonight, they are the number 2 ranked team in the state behind Tarboro. So Tarboro and Mount Airy undefeated, 11-0.
Right, and they've had 2 weeks off, Gary. This is going to be interesting because they've been off for 2 weeks. They had the hurricane week for the people down east to finish their season, and the bye week last week. So it'll be interesting to see how they've prepared for us.
Of course, now a lot of the seedings are determined by the Max Preps football rankings, and this week the rankings came out: Tarboro number 1, Mount Airy number 2. Some of the other teams that we're familiar with: Murphy ranked number 8, North Stanley's number 10, Robbinsville 14, Rosewood 15, East Surrey 17, and our Maroon Devils moved up. We're now ranked number 24 in the state rankings. We were behind Mountain Island Charter. Now we're ahead of them. We're just ahead of Bessemer City, Elkin at 30, Cherokee 31, Star Mount, we're familiar with them at 36. But Coach, they use these rankings, but as we found out last week, as Mountain Island Charter was ranked ahead of us, sometimes they don't mean a whole lot.
Oh, yeah, and it has to do with your competition. I mean, and the people you play, they take your overall record, and let's just face it, in some of these 1A and 2A conferences, they don't end up playing the same people that you have to play in the Smoky Mountain Conference just to find games. And so we've talked about that before over the air, Gary. It's difficult. When you have to play these much bigger schools and year in and year out, you're going to win some, but you're going to lose some too. So it affects your record and it affects your seeding.
It really does. And talking about our other brother schools, if you will, sister schools playing in the playoffs here tonight. I know in the 1AA playoffs in the Western Regional, number 11 Polk County is playing at number 3 North Rowan. Now, some of our partners from the Smoky Mountain Conference, number 5 Elkin, we know all about those bucking elks. We were talking about that during the break, but Elkin is playing at Robbinsville tonight. Elkin a 5 seed, Robbinsville a 4 seed.
Right.
Number 7 Cherokee is playing at number 2 Mitchell. Now, the winner of that game will be playing the winner of the Allegheny-Murphy game. Allegheny number 6 at Murphy number 3. And I can tell you, talking, and I'm kind of laughing about this, but talking with some of the Murphy folks this week, they're really upset because they have just, I think, realized this might be their only home game.
Yeah.
They're a number 3 seed.
Exactly, and that's what happens with that. We were talking about the seeding. You don't know until your overall records come about, and when they're put all together and they compute all this stuff in their magic formulas that they have with the preps thing.
Yep.
If you end up at one of those odd numbers, and you end up seeded, but of course you're going to end up playing probably one of the number 1 or number 2 schools, and you're going on the road, and that's just the way it is.
Oh, no question. If Murphy does win tonight, next week they would have to play at number 2 Mitchell, and then if they win that one, then they have to play the number 1 seed.
That's exactly right.
So they have realized, and they're just really upset about it, and I can understand it a little bit, being a team who won one of the toughest conferences in the state. Murphy, of course, winning the Smoky Mountain Conference, winding up a number 3 seed. But as you mentioned, sometimes that's the way it comes out.
Well, and that's the argument we've always had in the Smoky Mountain Conference. There's no other conference really in the state like it. There's really not. This is a tough league up here with Elkin in it. And with Mount Airy and some of the other schools. But in Tarboro, they're in a tough league down there. But all year in and year out, all the way around the Smoky Mountain Conference, more championships. More people go further in the playoffs every year, so it's one of those things that, it seems very, very unfair most of the time.
Fans, stay tuned. We'll come back and take a look at how the Mount Airy regular season has gone after this 2-minute timeout. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Maroon Devils Network. Yeah. All right. Fans, welcome back. Talking about the regular season for the Mount Airy Granite Bears to give you an idea of how they've fared here in this Northwestern 1A Conference, 11-0. Their first game out of the gate, Coach, they had a tough one, 45-38 winning over Starmount. Then their second week, another tight one with West Stokes, 34-28. But then they reeled off several easy wins over Elkin, Moorhead, North Surrey, Surrey Central, North Stokes. They killed them 62-zip. Then South Stokes right on down the line. But then their last regular season game, Coach, they went up against the number 2 team in their conference, East Surrey, down in Pilot Mountain. East Surrey 8-3 on the season. But that was a close game with Mount Airy winning by just 3, 31-28. So, hey, we know people can play with them.
Oh, yeah, and like we said before, all the bets are off tonight because our players know exactly what's on the line. It's not a secret to them. This team is ranked better than them, just like the team was last week. These people up here have been competing in this 1A conference up here and doing great, doing real well.
Oh yeah.
But people been playing, were able to figure things out towards the end of the season and play with them. And so I'm just real curious to see what Coach Blankenship's plan and Coach Marr's plan. All that is tonight, because I'm sure we're going to give them something a little different to look at.
Oh, no question. And one thing we enjoyed seeing yesterday, that's kind of it's a tradition at Swain County High School, and that's practicing football on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, my sons and I talked about it yesterday. We were getting ready to have Thanksgiving there at home with the grandbabies and all that, and that frost was out there on the ground, and the first thing both of my boys said was, "Boy, remember practicing during these days," and it was so much fun. It really was. It was a special feeling to go out there in the mornings and practice on that frosty field and knowing that you were still in the fight.
Yep, that's it, and that's just something that Maroon Devil fans have come to expect over really probably the last 30 years or so. It's been going on for so many years, and Coach, it's been a long time that I can't remember when we were not practicing and playing on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and with the weeks moved up, like they have, being later, it's not moved up, but them being later, it's still a great feeling, although it's only the second round instead of the third or fourth round, as it was previously before there was so many games, even before when there were just 4 playoff games rather than 5.
Yeah, so every year becomes a little different flavor, and we're getting closer to kickoff time here at Mount Airy High School. And fans, we're going to take a break right now. And I know Emma Dingle had a chance to sit down and talk some football with our head coach, Neil Blankenship. Emma, take it away here on the Maroon Devils Network.
Good afternoon, Maroon Nation. This is Emma Dingle for the Maroon Devils Network. I'm here with head football coach Neil Blankenship. Coach, our Devils pulled out a win in last week's first playoff game against the Raptors of Mountain Island Charter. What was the difference maker in that 13-6 game?
Well, I tell you, our kids, they executed our game plan probably to perfection. Every phase of the game was great for us. The kicking game was good. Offensively, our game plan was to go in to limit their possessions and take control of the clock and eat the clock away. And our time possession, we almost doubled them in time possession. So, we kept the ball away from them. They only had 4 possessions the first half. And, and it kept the ball away from defense. Our kids played great. They kept the seams. They took care of a back that was pretty impressive back that kept him under 100 yards for the first time all season. And they just executed the game plan great and tackled well, blocked well, and just played as a team. Probably the first time all year that we played the entire ball game as a team and as a unit and did what we were trying to get done all year.
It sure seems like our Devils have greatly improved on both sides of the ball. Can you tell us about how you've seen the team grow and evolve since earlier in the season?
Well, I think they're finally buying into what we're telling them they need to work on, they need to do. A lot of that is maturity as they get older. We have a young football team right now with a lot of juniors, and I think a lot of times when you're not very mature and you're immature that you kind of make discipline mistakes, and they became more disciplined as we came down the road, and they played real great, and we're a disciplined football team Friday night. So I hope we continue to grow that way, and having some success kind of makes you become a little better football team too. So as that goes, and we got to work cut out for us, but I hope we continue to grow and make ourselves better and give ourselves a shot at another round.
This week we traveled to Mount Airy to face the number 1 seed, the Granite Bears. The very last time we went to Mount Airy, it was a very physical defense match, with the game being scoreless until the Devils scored a decisive touchdown. What can we expect in Mount Airy this time?
Well, it's they've got a great football team. Back when we played them then, they had a great back, and they got another good back. He's number 6, and he can absolutely run. He's a tough runner. He's physical. He's fast, and he can go the distance at any time. They have They have have a set of twins that are brothers, and they are on opposite sides. And one is committed to Wake Forest to play, and he's real dangerous. He's got almost 1,400 yards in receiving. The other one is probably about 800, 900 yards, and he's just as dangerous. So, we got our work cut out with us there. Once again, we got to try to keep the ball from them, and our offense keep the ball and grind it out and have long drives, and that's what we did when we won up there before. So that's going to be our game plan going in again, is to keep the ball from them, and we got to tackle those athletes and not let them get big plays.
Thank you, Coach, and good luck. This is Emma Dingle for the Maroon Devils Network. And now, back to the pregame show.
Fans, stay tuned. We'll be back with more after this 2-minute timeout right here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back on a Friday night. We're just about 5 minutes away from kickoff here from Mount Airy High School. Our number 8 seed Maroon Devils taking on the number 1 seed Mount Airy Granite Bears. I know if you're not familiar with that name, that is an unusual name for a bear, but it is the Mount Airy Granite Bears officially. Their colors are navy blue and white. Their uniforms when they came out, they're very dark blue with some white letters and white trim. Coach, looking at some of these statistics, they are phenomenal. 47 points a game they're averaging. They only give up 13 points a game. Now, when you compare that to our Maroon Devils, we're averaging 27 points a game, giving up 22 points a game. Our Maroon Devils, of course, coming in 7-5 overall, 4-2 in the conference, and Mount Airy 11-0, and in conference play they're 5-0 this year. But hey, you can only talk about stats so much until you get out on the field, you start hitting, then you really find out which team is made of what.
That's why we got in our vehicles, drove down 40, headed east on 40, and turned north on 77. You got to play these ball games to find out. That's all there is to it. Yeah, everything looks good on paper, everything, but until that ball's kicked off and that clock starts ticking and pads start popping, it's all up in the air.
It really is. You know, two guys that to me have really stood out here in the last few weeks, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and their numbers are back-to-back almost. Number 44, Thomas Allen has had a great season. He leads us in tackles with 97. And right behind him, number 47 is Jacob Langston. He's number 2 in tackles with 86. These two guys have just played some really, really good football.
They really have, and both of them been dinged up a little bit this year, and they've played hurt. They've played through a lot of injuries, and they've just done a bang-up job of staying focused, staying in the scheme of things, trying to do exactly what they're coached to do and making it happen.
And they have been doing a good job. You know, another guy that, to me, we saw him just in on so many plays last week, and the guy plays with so much heart because he's not the most physically big player on the field, and that's our sophomore running back, Bryce Sane, 5'6", 160 pounds. But he played a whale of a game. Coming in tonight, 1,129 yards, 17 touchdowns, averaging almost 6 yards a carry. And well, I tell you, he just played his guts out last week.
And played as well on defense. That's what was great about it, because there was many times that he made touchdown-saving tackles. And another one, Hunter Burrow.
Yep.
But, you know, there's another one that's been dinged up all year long and just made a real showing for himself here over the past couple of weeks. And it's just people are starting to come to the cream's starting to rise to the top, and that's what we've been waiting on.
Oh, no doubt. Hunter's one of our captains out there tonight, number 20, along with 33, Ian Brooks. And, of course, our other captain out there, big number 74, Nolan Brown, big 6'2", 300-pound senior. But you're right, Coach. Hunter Burrow, you were talking about playing good. He's our number 3 tackler, 68 tackles on the season. He's caught 9 passes for 94 yards, and he plays solid on both sides.
Last week I saw the most disciplined defense we'd played all year long, and it just boiled down to, like Coach Blankenship said, he said we simply gave them 2 things to do the entire ball game, and that's what we did, and they ended up stopping a very, very powerful running game.
They really did, and that was the lowest amount of rushing yards that young man had all season long, so that says a lot.
Yeah, it really did, and I know people were wondering how it happened. I know some coaches even called Coach Blankenship about just how exactly did you do that, you know, and it just boiled down to the fact that when they went back to basics during that week off that they had and just went back to fundamentally taking on blocks, getting off of them, playing alleys, playing your running lanes, and not overplaying them or trying to do too much. He got some of his yards, but he just didn't get enough to beat us.
Oh, and Coach, you know, that comes really back to any sport, what you were just saying. If you don't do the fundamentals right, you're going to lose.
Well, at times when things get desperate out there, players will lose a little bit of their discipline and their fundamentals by just trying to do more than what they can do, or just forgetting, basically, and saying, you know, this is not working for me, I got to do something different. And when that happens, you're going to end up in trouble. That's happened to us a couple of times this year, but that's youth, that's inexperience, that's just players trying to find a different way to do it. But when you go right back down to it, it's just as fundamentals it can be. It's all about blocking and tackling.
Hey, that's it. You got to block and tackle, and it starts on that line of scrimmage. You know, in case you're wondering why you're hearing that noise in the background, we are set up literally almost about 10 feet away from the Swain County High School band.
Yeah,
right beside us.
I got several horns in my ear right here. Yeah.
So we got plenty of background noise here. We're actually over in the stand section because they're not real friendly over there in that Mount Airy press box. So we just decided we didn't want to deal with it. We'd set up our own press box over here on our side of the field. Here come the Granite Bears on, and they're in their very dark outfits, very dark navy blue, white numbers, dark helmets. Our Maroon Devils in maroon pants, white jerseys, maroon numbers, and maroon helmets. And I tell you, Coach, I think our guys are pumped and ready.
Yeah, we're going to see an interesting beginning of this football game right here. As soon as their band gets off the field, we'll get this thing started. It looks like they're ready, but I don't know if they're out there and ready yet.
They're trying to get their guys ready. We're going to be kicking off. They're going to be receiving the opening kickoff, which means we'll get the ball first in the second half. And last time we were here 4 years ago, it came down to the fourth quarter. It was basically a scoreless game to that fourth quarter, and we beat them 14-0.
Right, and you never know. That, like you said before, that's why you play these things. This is not a gimme for either, for the Bears. And if they don't realize that, they're going to soon enough. But we'll find out here in a minute whether they're really prepared for this ball game or whether this is just another show-up game for them.
Oh, no doubt. Now dropping back to return the kickoff is going to be number 5, Greg Green. He's one of their top receivers, and they're going to be looking for him all night. Now, the dangerous one is his brother over there, number 21 Donovan Green. Now, he has averaged 25 yards a kickoff return, Coach. That's a pretty good number.
Yeah, I was watching them warm up. They're very, very athletic. Both of them are. They're just extremely good athletes.
And here we go. We're going to kick it very short. Zach Klein is going to be kicking off. They drop it, and they actually have to dive on the ball. And, boy, they just barely got it back because we had people down there in a hurry. Leading the charge was Brent Jackson, who almost got the ball.
Yeah, one more hop, and that ball was Ayers, and it would have been right about their 30-yard line. So they've got decent field position here because they did end up handling the football right there.
So now to give you an idea, if we get the yardage not exactly right, our angle here is a little bit squirrely, but they have the ball on the 32-yard line of their territory, first down and 10.
Yeah, and they'll be coming out in their gun formation with the tailback, it's pistol set with the tailback behind the quarterback and a tight end.
And they're going to fake the handoff one way. They're going to throwing it down the left sideline, going to be up for grabs, and they're going to catch it.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Good call. And I tell you, Coach, we saw right there that mismatch early, though, where 21 Donovan Green, he's 6'2". But, of course, Jesse Waldrop was also 6'2".
It was a jump ball. He went up. They both went up for it, and Jesse probably jumped just a little bit early. He realizes it now. The receiver caught the ball. Green caught it, but he was out of bounds. But they were going for the throat on the very first play. They got twins into the boundary now on the short side of the field, and they got twins to the wide side going back to the – now they're going more to the gun set. The quarterback's backing up and putting the back out to the side.
He looks to the sideline for the play call. Now he steps up, calls the play, and again, 6'2" against a 6'2" defensive back. Interesting over here on the left side. And they're going to hand off and run right into a bunch of traffic. And up there on the good tackle up front. And coming out of the bottom of that pile, that's 51. Is that Chase Hughes? And that's a good tackle for Chase.
Right at the line of scrimmage, he didn't get blocked. They attempted to trap block him, and he just slammed the trap block shut. And the back ended up running into the blocker, which is what you want to have happen on those trap plays. And there was no place to go.
Outstanding play on defense. We're just underway. 30 seconds gone. They have now a third down, and they need 9 from their 33-yard line.
Throw the ball again. Sprinting it out to the wide side of the field.
Oh, they've got their man over there on the sideline right in front of their bench. He almost fumbled it, and he is out of bounds, and we might see a face mask call over there, Coach.
I believe it was right on the boundary. He caught the ball and stayed in bounds. It was a deep out route and about a 15-yard out route, and he caught the ball and stayed in bounds, and we missed a tackle on the sidelines. Our corner did, and the secondary tackler then came up and ended up getting him by the face mask. So that'll tack on about 15 more to the end here.
Now let's see what it is going to be. Personal foul, face mask as we anticipated. So now that's, as you mentioned, Coach, they're going to move the chains on down. My goodness, they're going to be down inside our
29. 30. Yeah, 29-yard line, Gary. That's a huge. That hurts right there. Big
play.
Yeah, it was a big play. He threw that ball on a rope out there on that about 15-yard out. And that young man ran that pattern fast.
And their other receiver, we were talking about their 6'2" receiver. Their other receiver, Greg Green, number 5, is 6'1". They got 2 tall receivers on each side. Got a man in motion here. This time they hand off, run right up the gut, right into our secondary, right inside the 20 for another first down. And that's their first down on the ground. And that's their stud running back, Jonathan Smith, who's 5'9", 180.
Yeah, and folks, I know you can't see it at home, but they ran a fold block on the right between the guard and the tackle on the right-hand side of the line of scrimmage. The tackle blocked down, and the guard pulled over the top of him and led for the backup into that C gap. It's a real tight maneuvering.
Now they have a first down and 10 at our 17-yard line. They're looking left, throwing left, and this one is going to be incomplete. Well, that wide receiver is very athletic, made a dive for it, but came up short, so it's going to bring up second down and 10 now.
Yeah, ran about a 10-yard out then, trying to get the first down and try to get it inside of the 10-yard line and ended up the ball on the ground.
So let's see what they do. The clock is stopped. This may be a long game the way they throw the ball. 10:45 to play. We've only played just over a minute.
Got trips into the boundary over here now, Gary. They're either going to hang the thing up.
We jumped offside.
Yeah, they drew us offsides right there. So that'll bring up second and about 5 now.
So now they're going to move ball down to the 12-yard line. Second down and 5. You're right, Coach, with 10:45 to go. No score yet, but Mount Airy driving here on the first series of the game.
Yes, to come back out with the trips into the sidelines again to the wide side and a single receiver. So they're either going to run a combination route over here or they're going to hang it up to that single receiver over there.
Quarterback throws it over here. Got a wide receiver bubble screen over here. Down to the 15, down to the 10. Inside the 5-yard line. Finally knocked down. Coming up from behind. Again on the tackle over there is big Jacob Langston.
Yeah, they should have had a holding call there. That their wide receiver just really grabbed a hold of our corner there and about pulled his shirt off of him. But that's something they didn't see, that holding call.
So now 10:37 to play.
No, wait a minute. There is a flag back there. They did get him. I'm sorry. I stand corrected. Yeah, they got him. They nailed him. He did grab him. He grabbed him right by when he was coming off the block, and he grabbed him and pulled him down to the ground. So.
Yep, got a holding call. So they're going to back him up 10, Coach. And, boy, we needed that on this drive because they had it first and goal inside the 5.
Yeah, that makes it 2nd and 6 again. So we put them right back basically where they were.
So now 10:37 to play. Again, this is going to be a long game the way they throw the football. They're basically a throw first, run second football team. This time 4 wide receivers. One back in the backfield. That's Jonathan Smith. They hand off to Smith. Smith right up the gut, and he's all the way down, and he is in the end zone. Touchdown, Mount Airy.
Yeah, they ran the same play over here to this side. The full block this time between the guard and the tackle. This time the guard kicked out, and the tackle folded underneath him next to the center and became the lead blocker for the back.
So now Mount Airy will come on and kick the point after touchdown. And coming on is going to be Jackson Tombarello, and he's pretty accurate. He's had plenty of practice. He's hit 56 of 64 on the year, only missing 8 out of 64 kicks. They line up kind of an odd set.
Go for 2.
Oh, they're going to go for 2. They are. They throw it in the end zone, and it's going to be in for 2. They threw it complete down there to Jackson Hill. And, you know, Coach, they lined up with an odd set over here on the left side. Everybody expected them to move, but they didn't move.
They didn't move. That's that swinging gate out look that's been around for years and years and years and years. And they just decided to go for it right there rather than have him kick it. So he just they had a single receiver over there, and he just ran across into the end zone, and he flipped him the football.
And I'm not sure we've seen that. Well, I haven't seen that set in years. And so I'm sure that was probably strange to our coaches and players as well.
Well, you'll see it on film, and sometimes your players get, after a score like that, they don't get settled enough to get back and defend it. And that's something that Coach Blankenship, that aggravates him because I'm pretty sure they'd seen it and worked on it. And you'll see it several times during the course of a year. People like to do it most of the time just so the kicker can get lined up and get the ball where they want him to put it. Murphy does that, for example.
Now our Maroon Devils getting ready to return the kickoff here. We've only played a minute and a half, and the Bears up with an 8-0 lead here over our Maroon Devils. Dropping back to return the kick is going to be our Bryce Sane. He's right there in the middle of the field, and their kickoff man is going to be, he's pretty good. He's been kicking it some in the end zone this year. Has had a pretty good season kicking the football, so he has some touchbacks. Let's see if he can do it this time. No, it's going to be a line drive.
Yeah.
Going to be picked up. Ian Brooks gets it at the 17, out to the 20, 25. Ian in traffic, out to the 30. Pretty good return, though, before he's stacked up by a bunch of Bears, and our Maroon Devils will take over in pretty good shape.
Yeah, on the 30-yard line anyway. We got it out to there, so we get field position to start. Now we get to see our offense for the first time.
And, Coach, I'll say this. This is one of the first times it's kind of interesting. They have that Bermuda grass, and, of course, it's a light brown now, but they have it marked off with their dark blue for the yard markers.
Yeah, it looks pretty neat. They
cool.
did that the last time that we played up here in a playoff game. I kind of liked it. It was different.
Yeah, it's easy to read. This time we run to the right side. Damian Lossy just runs out of the backfield on a quarterback keeper and gets about 2 tough yards out to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, we ran a follow play. There's where the quarterback fakes the dive to the dive back, and instead of running it on to the edge, he just follows that back up on in there because the back is basically going to be trying to block a linebacker.
So now, 2nd down and 8 to go, 9:52 to play. We're in the first quarter here in the second round of the state. We call it the Big 1A playoffs. Some people call it the 1AA. Damian under center, 2 backs behind him, hands off to Bryce on the left side. Bryce should have a first down.
Yeah.
Good run.
Yeah, we pounded that one. That was an outside veer look out of loaded. We loaded up with that left-hand side, unbalanced it to our left-hand side, ran a deep outside veer, a long way for the quarterback to go, but he got the ball there, and we had him blocked down. Mount Airy's in a 4-man front, and from what I'm seeing right here, what they're trying to do is adjust it from one side to the other. Now they're going, they're still in 4, and they're playing with 4 linebackers there to try to stop this veer.
Yeah, 4-4-3.
We
dropped the football on the snap. Damian gets it, but we're going to lose about 3 yards. That's going to bring up 2nd and 13. Jacob Langston made a good block on that first down run by Bryce here, Coach.
Yeah, he did. That down block he put in there. He knocked him down inside, and there was nobody left out there to take Bryce, and they couldn't close it fast enough.
So now from the 41-yard line, 9 minutes to play first quarter. Our Maroon Devils, second down.
Split backs this time, straight up front. One tight end, running the outside veer again.
There's Bryce this time. Out across the 45, got some positive yards on second down. Let's see where they're going to spot the football. It's going to be at the just across about the 45-yard line, third down. We'll call it about 7 from the 45.
Yeah, and this will be interesting here. Ball's on the far hash. We got a wide side of the field here. Mount Airy's going to stay with their 4-man front. A lot of times you'll see them come out of that in a situation like this and play a 3-man front. Anybody can play a 4, can play a 3, but they're going back to their 4-man front, 4 linebackers.
Man-to-man coverage over here on the right side. Right. Damian looking, firing, and he's got his man. He just couldn't hang on at the 50. Bryce made a dive for it, but just couldn't hang on.
Yeah, he was trying to run a 10-yard out, trying to get that first down. He was just beyond the down marker and ended up the ball bouncing out of his hands.
So interesting scenario there. We stacked the receivers over here on the right. We don't do that much, and they had single coverage.
Yeah, and they're trusting man coverage. They're saying that their athletes are better than ours. And if you've got better athletes, man coverage is just fine.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just not a big fan of it because
it's dangerous.
It's very dangerous. And most of the time, those defensive backs end up with their back to the football. So
Damian on to punt.
Oh,
punch it off, right down the middle, and it takes a Maroon Devil bounce. And it's going to be blown dead down inside the 40-yard line. So now Mount Airy gets it back first and 10.
Yeah, this exchange right here is not bad. We'd like to have a better punt right then, but we didn't get it. So right now is going to become a time we can't let them sustain another drive throwing the football like they did. And pressure is not the answer. People always think that what you do against a passing quarterback is to blitz him. They're moving him so much back there. He's not standing in the pocket. He's running across the field throwing this football on the run. So it's not like he's just standing back there waiting for somebody to come and tackle him.
Oh, no, he's moving, and he's athletic, 6 foot, 170 pounds, only a sophomore.
Got trips to the wide side of the field. Now they got a man in motion.
Jet sweep. Right side. That's their big receiver over there. And, again, that's Donovan Green. He carries it. He's very athletic, Coach, and got some positive yards over there.
He picked up about 6, it looks like. He was I'm not real sure he could go in motion, but he did. I think they had too many backs in the backfield, but nobody called it.
Yep.
He was supposed to be the end man on the line of scrimmage, but he went in motion, and I didn't really think you could do that. But anyway.
He did. Jesse Waldrop helping on the tackle. Here he comes over here on the wide side again. They have twins on this side and twins on the other side, one back in the backfield beside the quarterback. As we hear our band right beside us here. Our Maroon Devils right now looks like in that wolf front, 3-man front.
Yeah, got the 3-man front and got Langston out here on the edge. So if he sprints to the wide side, Jacob's going to try to pull him up and make him throw the football. They're going to run the football back to the other side.
Jonathan Smith running the football over there, and Maroon Devils over there coming up on the stop. We got, looks like Chase Hughes, Charlie Lambert, Jacob Langston and company over there on the stop. So now they're going to mark it third down. They need 7 minutes to go first quarter on their 43-yard line. Looking to the play call. And they look to the sideline as well, as most high school programs do, get the play call in. He looks at his wristband, and he lines up in the shotgun ready to go.
Yeah, they do a lot of that nowadays, a lot of different ways.
This time, they hand off right up the gut, but we knock him back. Let's see if his forward momentum got the first down. I'm not sure if he did, Coach. It's going to be close.
I think they're going to mark him back deeper than what he initially was because he really wasn't going down. And, they're going to spot him back. He lost yards.
He lost. So now that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 4.
Yeah.
So lost 3 yards on the play. Yeah, his momentum didn't stop, did it?
No, it really didn't. He was trying to get to the edge, and they just went ahead and marked it where he went down because he was still running. It wasn't like he had stopped his feet. So now they're out to punt.
Now, again, Jackson Tumbarello, pretty good punter, averaging 42 yards a punt. That's a good average.
Now, here's another chance. Maybe he'll get this thing up the field where Bryce will get a chance to return it.
Bryce sitting up down at his 30-yard line, and he booms it pretty good. Bryce is going to have to chase this one down. He lets it go, and it gets by him, and it's going to go down inside the 10. So we're not going to get good field position at all at the 7-yard line.
No, that didn't end well for us right there. It kicked it across the field away from where Bryce was lined up, and Bryce was running to it, but it was a low line drive punt tumbling, and he just didn't get a chance to get his hands on it and get upfield with it.
So now 5:33 to go, first quarter. Granite Bears leading our Maroon Devils 8-0. They scored on their first drive. We stopped them on the second drive. Now let's see if our Maroon Devils can get a drive sustained here and tie this thing up.
Yeah, we got to get something going here. We're going a little bit with an unbalanced set to our right. Going to run that power play off tackle.
There's Bryce again carrying. Down on the tackle for the Bears is going to be Jonathan Smith.
Yeah, we just ran a blast play. Used to call that 42 blast. It probably is more like a 40 blast now because we got 5 linemen over here. So there's really not a 2. So
not a 2, is it?
Yeah, you just got to take it on out there one more gap.
At the 10-yard line, 2nd down and 7. We got 3. 5 minutes to play, first quarter.
Unbalanced again.
Against their
veer back to
front.
the weak side. Yep. Yeah, they're not going to come out of it. And
they stopped us that time.
Yeah, they've piled 4 linebackers in there in the gaps between those 4 down linemen, and it's not a true 44 defense for folks that know what that is. That's some of the old school stuff. But what they're doing is taking their outside linebackers and literally moving them inside to try to take away any veer threat and letting them come over the top to take the quarterback from inside out.
So they have a lot of folks up in the box. That's the name of the game right now.
Yeah, there's no free safety on the field right now. There's not even one out there. No.
So now rolling to his right, Damian Lossy trying to throw, has pressure, got his man wide open. There's Ian Brooks, and that's going to be enough for a Maroon Devil first down out across the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Coach Mark, great play call right there. Took advantage of what he was seeing there. They were in man coverage, no free safety in the middle of the field, ran a bench route. That's a short out route and a deeper out route. And they were hung up in no man's land.
Yeah.
One was underneath it and one was behind it, and they couldn't defend it.
He got out just past the linebackers.
Just past the linebacker depth. The linebackers bit because it was play action. He faked a blast play to the other side and ended up throwing it to Ian out here in the flat.
Got Ian Brooks on the backfield.
Now we're going to trade and put five on the left-hand side.
On the left side. Now they get their linebackers over there.
They went to a 5-man front now.
We popped to the left side, and, boy, they were waiting on us that time, Coach. Not much room to run.
Yeah, they've committed 5 now to the line of scrimmage. They're rolling their linebackers to the side that we are overloading. Where the 5 linemen are, the outside linebacker is coming to the line of scrimmage, and the other 3 are moving over and filling the gaps in between those 4 other down linemen.
Jesse Waldrop coming out to the right side. He's our only receiver. Everybody else intact. Unbalanced line. Twin backs in the backfield. We run to that right side, right up the A-gap, and they stack us up with those linebackers pushing Bryce backwards. And there's a penalty flag.
Good.
Yeah, that's personal foul.
Yeah. Picked him up and slammed him way back there. So
yeah, and he's a big boy, too. That's Raekwon Brown, Coach. He weighs 275 pounds against Bryce's 160.
Yeah, he airlifted him there, and once he got him up in the air, he kept running until he could dump him real hard, and that cost him 15 and a first down. So.
Yeah, and he had him stopped a long time ago.
Yeah.
So that's going to move it up the field. Our Maroon Devils will have an automatic first down with 3:12 to play here in the first quarter. And our fans loving that call as that's going to put us up near midfield.
Yeah, we need this field position right now bad. And we've got to find a way just to sustain it, if it's through penalties or whatever, and get this ball down there and get it in the end zone.
So now at the 48-yard line, Maroon Devils first down and 10. Rolling here in the first quarter from Mount Airy. Got cloudy skies, a big full moon up there, but it's kind of hid behind those clouds. Here we go, Damian under center, twin backs behind him. Twins to the left side, he hands off left side, and got a couple of positive yards out there. Oh, the ball is loose. Granite Bears have it, Coach. That ball popped out, and they picked it up over there at about the 46-yard line.
I saw Damian turn. He realized the ball was out. He turned and tried to run up in there behind the running back, and I think he actually meant to pull that football, and he and Bryce had a miscommunication there, because a lot of times that quarterback will want to pull that thing, and the running back sometimes will just take it from him, and I think that's what happened then.
I think you're right, Coach. So the ball on the ground. Unfortunately, we didn't get it back at midfield. They're going to toss it and run it to the right side. Here comes Smith, and he's a hard runner. Down the right sideline, breaking a couple of tackles. We finally force him out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 25-yard line. That's strong running.
That's about 30 yards worth right there. He just he got on the edge out there to the wide side of the field. They just turned around and tossed it to him out of that pistol set, and he took off. And they had us blocked out on the edge, and we could not get off blocks.
I'll tell you, Coach, he's 5'9", 180 pounds, but he can scoot.
Yeah, he's powerful. He never did go down. We did knock him out of bounds, but we never did tackle him.
He's a strong runner. This time they have twins on the left side. They run it out of the got the shotgun set up here for their sophomore quarterback, Poindexter. Wants to throw left side. Incomplete over here. Trying to get it over here to his number one receiver. And we're talking about Donovan Green with 52 catches, but too high.
Yeah, he threw that one a little tall for him. He zipped it out here.
He did.
That's what we were talking about earlier right there, Gary. You get that many catches, and he gets catches like this out here in all this grass. He's a better athlete than most of the people he's playing against, and he'll just make you miss.
Oh, yeah.
And burn you right there.
He is very athletic. They have some athletes on this squad. Hey, that's why they're 11-0 and
that's right.
And number one seed in our bracket.
I'll sweep this way now.
Here comes Smith. This time we get him in the backfield. He breaks one tackle. He gets away from another guy. He's still going, and he's a hard guy to bring down, but we finally got him for a loss.
That reminded me of a rabbit trying to get away. We had him 3 different times right there in a 5-yard area, and nobody could put a glove on him.
Yeah. Finally, Jacob Langston came up and got him.
Jacob missed him the first time around and got up and got him on the second round.
And I tell you, that's good hustle.
Jacob's winded out there. Yeah, he's trying to catch his breath. That was literally like chasing a rabbit.
Yep, that's like Rocky Balboa trying to catch that chicken in that boxing movie. Under 2 minutes to go now, 1:55 and counting, 8-0. Bears, we got a whistle.
Yep, called a timeout, I believe, because the play clock was down to 3, I think. So, yeah, Coach over there just decided it took too much time.
And, Coach, I tell you, it's so far a good football game. We've just kind of feeling each other out, and that sometimes says a lot about the game, is trying to say, what does this guy do? What can this guy do?
Yeah.
Because you can't simulate what they do in practice.
No, you can talk about it. You can watch it on film. You can practice against it, but nothing like it's going to look on Friday night when you get out there and the movement's taking place. And just like the moves that young man was making right there, you don't do that at practice. You don't simulate that. They run out there and you look at the play, and they ran a toss sweep then, and he turned it into a toss sweep 5 cutback play. Yeah. In one spot.
Yeah, and that's it. When you have athletes like that, you can't even coach that kind of ability.
No, you don't coach that. You just turn them loose with it, and most of the time they make good things happen. Sometimes it'll blow up on you, but a lot of times if they're athletic enough, they make big plays for you.
Yeah, they can bust a play and turn it wide open.
Yeah.
Now we are looking at 3rd down and 11 for the Mount Airy Granite Bears. Coach Neil Blankenship calling in the defensive signals from the sideline.
Different set this time. They got 2 wings in there now and a split receiver. Going to go with the jet sweep to the wide side of the field again.
Here they go with their wide receiver, and he runs to the right side of the field, down the sideline. We finally knock him out of bounds. That's going to be Ashley Collins Smith, 5'9", 140-pound junior. But, man, he's quick.
He was flying across through there. He came from this wing-back position, and as he ran across, he snapped that to the quarterback, and he pitched it to him, and that was it.
He got around the corner and
4th and about 2.
Yep, 4th and 2. They're down at our 17-yard line. We need to stop them right here, Coach. I don't think they're going to try a field goal. And as a matter of fact, looking at some of their kicking stats on the season, they've tried 3 field goals. They've only hit 1, and so that's not their game.
Right.
They're going to line up and go for it.
Yeah, he's going to go for it right here. Going to run the zone toss. Just everybody leading to the wide side of the field to try to pick up 2 yards.
Boy, he's close, Coach. I
don't think he got it.
Boy, our guys say no. Our guys say no, they didn't. We'll see where they spot the football.
Yeah. It's up to that official over there. It's
our
short. Ball.
It's short.
It's our ball.
Good stop by the defense.
It was. They tried to just turn around and pitch that ball to him and get him on that corner again out there and run it upfield just like they've been doing. And we got out there and hemmed him up that time.
That was just good work on defense. That's pursuit from sideline to sideline.
It was.
So now let's see if we can make something happen. Got a little momentum swing our way with this fourth down stop. Now we have a first down and 10 on our 16-yard line. Late in the first quarter, Twins on the right side. Jacob comes over here and sets up strong on the right.
All-man coverage in the passing game right now. Running the outside veer again to the right side. Pick up of about 2 or 3 right there.
Yep, that's Ian Brooks. And, Ian plays physical.
Yeah, he's getting that ball with both hands, and he's getting up in there and getting all he can, getting his forward body lean in and getting his pads over and just getting every inch he can get right there. He's not really looking to break it. He's just wanting to move this football and get us back up field in field position here.
Second down, 6, 4-yard pickup by Ian.
Ball's on the 20 now.
Our Maroon Devils
coming
now.
Out.
Got the
still
split backs.
In the 4-man front. No free safeties out there. 4 linebackers.
Here we go, running to the left side. And Bryce out to the 25-yard line, getting us closer to that first down. We're still a couple of yards short. Now they're going to spot it actually at the 24. We're going to need 3.
Yeah, and Mount Airy's doing a pretty smart thing right here. They're taking their corners to the side where we have this overload and saying, we don't believe you're going to throw the football over here.
Yep.
So we're making this corner a linebacker. He is literally at linebacker depth. He is lined up behind the defensive end. And you can see right here where this number 12 is. You can't see it at home, but there's a veer look. That's more of an inside veer right there.
That's just bodies.
First down. Yeah.
I tell you, we control the line of scrimmage that time, Coach. We knocked them off the ball 5 yards.
There was blue helmets flying backwards. That was wedge blocking. I'm pretty sure that was just because it was 3rd and short. They literally just got in there foot to foot and knocked Mount Airy's defensive linemen and linebackers backwards.
Guys, that's a good job on the offensive line. That's what you call controlling the line of scrimmage. We had it at the 23. We knocked them back out across the 30-yard line.
The 30-yard line. And literally, there wasn't a blue helmet anywhere near where the line of scrimmage started. It was all around the 30.
That's it.
By the time we got done.
Oh, man, that was
That'll
great.
Be the end of the first quarter, I believe, Gary.
You're right. 1 quarter is gone. It's 8-0 Bears. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this 1-minute break here on the Maroon Devils Network. All right. Fans, welcome back live here on a Friday night, a cold, cloudy night here. Day after Thanksgiving, that's when the Maroon Devils like to play football, and we've got a first down and 10 now as we get ready to start the second quarter. Down 8-0, but our Maroon Devils had a big fourth quarter stand on defense a moment ago. Let's see if we can swing that momentum even more our way, Coach, with a good drive here.
Yeah, going unbalanced left, run the inside veer to the left side again. Didn't get much this time. This time they were running a stun up front, bringing those linebackers early to the line of scrimmage, those inside linebackers to make sure we didn't run any more of that wedge blocking. They're a little bit afraid of that when they got airlifted that last time. When I say wedge blocking, it really is you just pick an apex of one of your offensive linemen and you say we're running right behind him, everybody step straight towards him, and we're going to knock everybody backwards.
And, boy, I tell you, we've done that a couple of times here.
Yeah.
Again,
unbalanced again into the boundary towards us.
Strong side left. We
Quick
toss
pitch.
it left. Here's Bryce Sane trying to cut outside. Does a good job. They knock him out of bounds over into the Maroon Devils sideline. But he got some positive yards.
Yeah, he picked up about 3 or 4 right there into the short side of the field. Not a good play call because there again, they're taking that corner, and that's what Coach Blankenship and Coach Marr are seeing. They're moving those corners so far inside there that they're going to be blockable if you can get somebody on them, can reach block them. What I mean by reach block them is start inside of them and end up on the outside of them.
Here they go. Got a little different gap up front this time. Big wide gaps between the linemen.
Yeah,
and
running the veer.
We run to the right side, and we're going to have to get some positive yards. That was 3rd down and 4. And did we get enough?
Yep, we got the first down.
First down.
That's great. And just a straight outside veer play, blocked down, kick, and just ran it up in there. And they're actually trying to take some of their interior defensive linemen and slant them in the way of that unbalanced line to stop some of that. Just like we saw last week, that group was scraping from the outside in. These guys are slanting towards our heavy set.
Here we go, running to the right side. Bryce Saint pops it outside. Couldn't find a room up front, but now he stretches it out. But so does the Granite Bears defense, Coach. They wouldn't let him outside.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's hit or miss when you run on back to the boundary with these guys because those corners and those outside linebackers are just so athletic.
Yeah.
Right then, I saw their nose man ended up 8 yards on his back behind. We drove him out of there, so I'd say we'll end up coming right back up in there with it sooner or later.
Here we come. Jesse Waldrop, the only man wide, way over here on the left side. Got man-to-man coverage over here, but a whistle on the field, a timeout.
Yeah, I believe we needed a timeout right there. Something wasn't quite right with the play call, and so that's a good thing to do right now is not waste a play.
That's it.
But not everybody on the same page right here.
And we've got some good momentum going. Again, we had that good 4th down. Fans, stay tuned. We'll take a 30-second break. Stay with us. We'll be back on the Maroon Devils Network. Back live here on a Friday night. The Maroon Devils, after the timeout, we're looking at 2nd down and 10 from our own 42-yard line. Damian under center. Here we go, and he throws over to the left side. Got Bryce for a first down out to the 45-yard line. Bryce down to the 42-yard line of Mount Airy, Coach, our best pass play of the night.
Took them completely off guard, and there it is again, like we said earlier, the feast or famine. They're selling out to the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
When Damien came out from under there with that football, they lost him. That's basically the same route that he threw to a little bit earlier to Ian Brooks. It's just getting that back out of there, and they can't see him. They don't see him come out of there. They're frozen on that play action in the middle right there, and they're committing to so many people to the line of scrimmage.
Split backs again behind Damien. Damien turns hands off. It's going to be Ian Brooks this time, and he's running hard down inside the 35-yard line.
Picked up 8 or 9 on that play.
Outstanding run by the Maroon Devils. Ian Brooks on the carry, and you're right, 2nd down and short coming up.
Yeah, he ran that thing up in there, and we got lined up and ran the play before they even knew what was going on. And they're trying to tee off on us right now. That nose man's getting tired of being pile drived out there. He's lining up in a sprinter stance, and he is literally trying to take that A gap away right now. You can see him lined up there. He does not want to end up back on his butt. He's diving towards the ground now.
I'll tell you, Nolan Brown's doing a pretty good job against him.
Yeah, he's literally diving on the ground to keep from getting driven. He's 280 pounds or 70 or 80 pounds, but he is diving to the ground to keep from getting knocked out of there like he's been rolled up a few times.
He's huge. And that time we didn't get much. We're looking at 2nd down now. We still need a long 2 or 3. So let's see. 2nd down, we need, about, at least 2. Now they give us a good spot.
Yeah, they gave us. If they leave the ball where it's at, we're only probably going to need about a yard.
Only going to need about 1 if they.
Maybe even less than a yard, Gary. Yeah, about 2 feet.
Oh, about 2 feet.
Yeah.
You're right in front of us here.
So it'll bring up 3rd, won't it?
Yep, yeah. Third down and short.
Yeah.
And the way our line has been knocking them off the ball, I'd say our chances are good if we can continue to knock them off. And then, Coach, you're right there leaving wide gaps between the defensive linemen, and those linebackers are supposed to come up and fill that on a 4-4.
They're running to the line of scrimmage. Normally, from what I understand, they run a normal 4-3, but they have to sell out a little bit to this veer game, especially when we go unbalanced. When I mean unbalanced, we're putting 4 and 5 offensive linemen on one side of the football.
On one side.
And you just don't see that. And right now, here we go again. We're doing the same thing, and they're having to adjust. And you can see this out here, these outside linebackers, they're inside now. They're not outside. They're having to play right in the line of scrimmage.
Oh, we got the first down.
Yeah.
Good run by the Maroon Devils. That's Ian Brooks again out across the 30, or inside the 30.
Yeah.
Just strong running.
I ain't saying he fumbled. That ball wasn't on the ground.
Uh-oh. Wow, that's our second fumble we've given up here tonight. A tough break for the Maroon Devils.
He was on the ground. I don't know how he got a fumble out of that.
Yep, it looked like he was down.
He was on the ground.
Ground can't cause a fumble.
No.
Last time I looked. Oh, man, that's a tough break for us, Coach. We had a good drive going down inside our 30-yard line. And
I swear, I don't believe that was a fumble. I may be dead wrong. He was on the ground with the football, and one of those kids pulled it out. And it squirted across the ground, and then he come up with it, and they gave him the football.
That's it. Yep, when you hit the ground, that's not supposed to cause a fumble. They have the football now, first down and 10 at their 29-yard line. They fire it to the left side. They got their big guy out there, the 6'2 wide receiver over there. Again, that's Donovan Green, and he's got a big play for a first down.
Yeah, he picked up about 18 yards on that play. They threw it out there to the wide side of the field. He ran a stop route. Literally just ran off the ball about 8 yards. He threw it to him, and then he runs for another 10.
So now line of scrimmage up near the 45-yard line. They're in a hurry-up offense now. They go quick snap. Now they look to the sideline. They pause to get the play call in. But again, they have still 4 wide receivers, one back to the backfield with the quarterback. Our Maroon Devils, the Wolf front. Here we come with the Langston right side. They fire it to the other side.
Intercepted. There we go.
And the Maroon Devils get it back. That's what you like to see.
What a great play. Yeah, they were trying to throw a bubble screen underneath from the outside receiver rolling back towards the quarterback, and the corner jumps up and ran inside of it and picked it off.
That's Daniel Ammons. And Coach Daniel Ammons now has 5 interceptions on the year.
That was a heck of a play. He saw that coming, and he broke on that football, and that quarterback hit him right in the chest with it. If he'd kept his feet, it'd been 6 the other way, but he couldn't keep his feet. He had to go to the ground with that one just to get it. Great interception.
Good nose for the ball. You don't get 5 interceptions without being around the football.
No, that was wonderful right there. We needed that. That could be a game changer for us right here now if we can just hang on to this football and put another drive together.
That's it. Got the ball back. 8:30 to play. Second quarter. 8-0. Mount Airy on top, but we have the ball back after turning it over. We get right back with the defense, and boy, they stop us at the line of scrimmage, and we have nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, that time when they took the outside linebacker and brought him off the edge like he was blitzing, and he just stopped and made the play right there at the line of scrimmage. If he'd kept running, we'd have ran right by him, but we didn't. Yep,
good play by their defense. Ian Brooks ran right into him, and we actually lost maybe a yard. Second down, about 11. Just over 8 minutes to play here on the first half. But again, a tight ball game. Last time we came up here, nobody scored until the fourth quarter, and we came up here and froze to death, but we won 14-0, and that sure made the ride home a whole lot warmer when you win.
Oh, yeah.
Split backs again behind Damian. Damian still has the football.
Attaboy.
They faked him out. Down inside the 35-yard line. I'll tell you, their guys didn't see that.
Now, there's the option when he keeps it. Now, he's given that ball about 8 times to that running back. And there again, they get focused in. They've got those outside linebackers playing on the inside. They didn't even see him leave there with that football. They're looking down in there at that veer lane and waiting to try to take a pop shot at that football and cause another fumble. That's what they were looking for, and it didn't happen.
Good ball control there from Damian Lossy. 7.5 minutes to play. Now the line of scrimmage for the Maroon Devils. The Mount Airy 32-yard line, split back set again. Got 2 wide receivers this time stacked on the left side. We run to the right side. Ian Brooks trying to hit that hole, but boy, they were waiting on him. The linebackers came up hard on that play.
Yeah, the defensive line play then when they slanted them into to the tight end side, and it's real difficult to find that veer lane when that happens because his momentum is going to keep you from getting that down block. And anybody that's played in a veer offense knows what I'm talking about. They almost blow that veer lane up. So you have to change the game up by running the ball back to the other side or doing something different.
Strong side left. Damian hands off. We run to the left side, and there's another good game. This time again, we've got Ian Brooks, and this time we've got Bryce Sane. Back-to-back carries, and now we're looking at third down. And, wow, it's going to be close to a first down.
Yeah.
Are they going to give it to us? Are they going to give it to us? Yeah, I think they will. Yeah, first down.
It is. First down. We're right back where we were, but we got better field position than before we fumbled the football. And I think we blocked that one a little different. It got by me too quick. I think we single blocked that instead of veer blocking it, and it caught that outside linebacker by surprise because he got blocked this time rather than being able to close down the line of scrimmage, and we ran right inside of it.
Big 7-yard gain by Bryce Sane on that play. This time we got receivers wide to the right side. We run to the left side. Now he hands off. Damian around the left side again.
First down.
Down inside the 10-yard line. Good running and good faking by Damian Lossy.
If anybody ever gets to see this on film, watch those outside linebackers' eyes looking down inside as Damian runs right by him. He literally almost rubbed shoulders with him as he ran by him.
He didn't see that football, did he?
He didn't see it. They're looking for that veer lane. I mean, you run the veer that much, that's what happens. I mean, he had no idea where that football was.
First down and goal to go from the 5-yard line. That's twice on this drive. Damian Lossy has out-faked their linebackers, and right now they call a timeout. Their defense is a little bit unsure about what's going on right now.
Yeah, we blocked it different ways. We're giving them the same look and either blocking it different or Damian's keeping the football, and they're just having a hard time finding him. Now they're going to start looking for him, and it will keep that outside linebacker honest now, and you'll be able to run by him. He's not going to be able to do both.
Yeah, I tell you, we've got him twice, both on this drive.
Right.
So it's making things work with 6:18 to play in the second quarter. Maroon Devils right on the verge here of getting on the scoreboard. If hang on to the ball, we got first and goal at the 5. But and right now, Coach, you're right. Their linebackers are guessing where is that football.
Yeah, and it's a difficult thing when you commit those outside linebackers down inside that far. But they're going to have to. I mean, otherwise they saw what happened last week to that group they were scraping every play, and when the linebackers overran it, we were running the veer by them. When they didn't, Damian kept the football and went around them.
All right, here we go. Split back set.
Yeah, we're going to unbalance now to the wide side of the field. One split receiver into the boundary towards us here. And got 4 offensive linemen on one side of the center, right-hand side of the center. Run the outside veer, and Damian runs and follows. Now, all Brooks was doing then was going through to block that outside linebacker. You see him driving him off the ball over 51.
Yeah, 3-yard gain.
Yeah, and all that is he acts like he's going to fake to him, but there's no fake.
So now second down and goal from the 2. 3-yard pickup. Ian leading the way for Damian Lossy on that run. All we need is 2 more yards to get in the end zone. This time running right to the right side is going to be Jesse Waldrop. He's been kind of the single guy out there most of the night. Split back set again. Damian under center. Hands off right side. Ian Brooks is he in? Yes. Touchdown, Maroon Devils.
Never went down. That time we wedge blocked it again. There was no veer block. It stepped all towards that guard on that side, and everybody just put their feet and heads and shoulders together and drove them in the end zone. And you can see that nose man. He ended up on his back there in the end zone again.
And Ian Brooks went in standing up. Nobody really got a shot at him.
Yeah, he ran right in the seam that was knocked in there by those offensive linemen.
Good job by the guys up front. Over on that side of the line, good job. We got Nolan Brown over there and also Big Chase Hughes. They really led the charge on that side of the line. We're going to go for 2. Damian rolling, looking, firing, and it's going to be incomplete. Incomplete, so it stays 8-6. But, Coach, we got on the board.
Yeah.
That's a big swing right now.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a shocker for Mount Airy right now. They look a little bit like they're not real sure. But look what we did. We took the ball after a turnover, after we had turned it over, pick the football off, and methodically drive the ball down the field. That's demoralizing. That is demoralizing for their defense. They're not used to that, I guarantee you.
Fans, stay tuned. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. Stay with us here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, we're back live here on a Friday night. The Maroon Devils on the scoreboard for the first time tonight with 5:41 to play in the second quarter. It's 8-6 Bears. The only difference, a 2-point conversion. Let's see if we can make that up a little later on. Here we go, getting ready to kick off. Zach Klein is going to kick it, and he's going to kick it right down the middle of the field. Going to be taken on the line drive at the 33, and they're going to bring it back out across the 40, out across the 45. They're still plugging out near the 42-yard line is where they're going to wind up. But again, Coach, those short kicks are giving Mount Airy some good field position.
Yeah, it's
tough.
one of those things you're against a wall if you kick it deep and you can't kick it all the way in the end zone.
Yeah.
He picked one of them real good athletes, picks that thing up back there, and the next thing you know, it's in the end zone. We've seen it happen. It's happened down through the years. So you end up kicking it short, but the shorter you kick it, the better field position you're going to give them if they handle the football.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
It is, and it's 6 of one, half dozen the other.
Here they got a man in motion,
Jet sweep
and they're going to
again.
hand off to him to the jet sweep. Here they go, little number one, but he's quick, and he turns the corner down in front of the Mount Airy bench, but let's see where they're going to spot the ball up near midfield. So,
I lost him. I couldn't tell you where he was at. He disappeared over there in that sea of blue, and I don't know how many yards he picked up. They're going to say he picked up a bunch.
Yeah,
so
he got up near the 50.
8. Yeah.
7 or 8 yards. Yeah, we're going to call it 2nd down and 3, a 7-yard pickup. But, yeah, he's quick.
Yeah, he's a blur going across through there, and he just literally outruns everybody to the edge once he gets that head of steam coming on that jet sweep.
That's Smith. He's 5'9", 140. This time they run Smith right up the gut, their power back.
Yeah.
But, boy, he runs into Jacob Langston, and he didn't get very far.
Yeah, that's a counter move right there, and good reads by the defensive lineman. Those offensive linemen, no matter what you see in the backfield, will take you to the football in these zone offenses like this. So if you'll read those offensive linemen and not try to take a peek in the backfield, then they'll take you to the football.
Well, Nolan Brown, good stop on that play as well. He's right there in the middle of it.
Going to throw this one.
Yep, they're going to throw it out to the left side, bubble screen.
Missed him again.
Oh, and there's probably enough for the first down. Again, that's their go-to guy, Donovan Green, their leading receiver.
Yeah, it's that first miss that gets us every time. If we can make that tackle, but if you take a shot at them like that, sometimes they're quick enough to make you miss. They're going to spin every time they catch that football. They're not going to be standing right there once you get there. So you've got to do a little better job on the edges. They're discussing something over there about the spot or a penalty.
They may have to measure it, Coach. They may bring the chains on. I think they're going to measure.
Okay.
It's that close. So they're about our 40. Between the 47 and 48-yard line. It's very close to a first down, though. Is it enough with 4:16 to play before halftime in this 8-6 ball game? A number 8 seed Maroon Devils against the number 1 seed Mount Airy Granite Bears. And let's see how they stretch the chain. It's a first down.
Yeah, got it by the inch or two, and so now we've got to make a stand again. And if we can keep them on this side of the 30-yard line and make them go for it on 4th down or cause another turnover.
Oh, that's big. Turnovers are huge.
Well, that's the thing right now, and they're not going to be satisfied with running that football between the tackles.
No, you're right. This time they line them up, twins on the right side, twins on the left side.
They're a football team that likes these edges, and they like to get these athletes out here on the grass like this right here.
Looking to the right side, got their man. He's going to be complete. And that's a 7-yard pickup down there. Good open field tackle by the Maroon Devils, and that's our interception man, Daniel Ammons, with a good solo stop.
Yeah, Daniel got him right there that time. I don't know if it was Daniel or the other corner had missed him a time or two on that first shot, but this time he come up and put the pads to him and put him down. But it's 2nd and about 2 now.
They got 3 wide. We need to get.
They moved on the line of scrimmage.
Yep, they sure did.
So that'll back them up. We need some of that.
False start. They had a 2nd down and 2.
Yeah.
Now it's going to bring up 2nd down and 7. And there for a moment, Coach, I'm not sure we were set on D. They had 3 wide. We only had 1 guy over there. But we got enough people over there, but they moved anyway.
Yeah, this type of offense, they're going to come out there and show you right away, and they love putting these trips to the wide side of the field. They will run twins out there and put twins in the boundary, but they really like putting those trips out there. If nothing else, just to threaten you, make you stretch your defense to the wide side of the field, and you have to. You have to respect what they're doing. You can't sit in there like they're doing to us and not play with some kind of leverage on the edges out there.
No doubt. Well, they got a guy over there who's caught 50 passes. You got to respect that.
Yeah.
Here they go. This time they're going to throw right down the slant, and it's going to be off his hands, incomplete.
Yeah, he tried to play fake up in there, up to we were running a blitz off the edge, and the quarterback got hit just as after he turned that ball loose, and he saw it coming, and he tried to get rid of that ball too soon, and it was a pretty errant throw. He threw that thing in there towards the ground.
He did. I tell you, we had good pressure on him.
Yeah, he saw the blitz. I believe it was Hunter Burrow coming off the edge, and he saw it right away, and he realized he was in trouble as soon as he turned around.
Now they're looking at third down. They need 7. Line of scrimmage at the 45-yard line. They've got to get it down inside to the 38-yard line. They fake the handoff, but we got a whistle.
Yeah, let's see. Got a timeout.
They call timeout.
Yeah, Mount Airy didn't like the looks of that either.
So fans, stay tuned. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Stay with us. It's 8-6 Bears. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back live here on a Friday night from Mount Airy High School. We've got a great one going on here tonight in the second round of the state 1AA playoffs. 8-6 the score. Our Maroon Devils down by 2. The only difference, a 2-point conversion here, Coach. But right now, third down and 7. Our Maroon Devil defense be a great time for a stop.
Yeah, we need to hold them up right here. It's 3rd and 7, and we need to force them to punt. Now they got trips, faking the jet sweep, going to run the quick out.
Oh, got their man.
Make the tackle.
Oh, we missed a tackle, and he runs into the secondary. Got the first down and a whole lot more.
Yeah.
But we had one shot at him, Coach, and couldn't get him down.
Yeah, that's just like we said earlier. They're not running any kind of big, deep routes. The deepest one they run all night was the first play of the ball game, and right now all they're doing is just flipping it out there. This is just a long running play for them.
Yep, they like to get their athletes in space and let them make plays. Got the quarterback in the shotgun again. This time they stop and look to the sideline. 3 minutes to play first half.
Got 3 receivers into the boundary over there. They may try to run this ball.
Smith in the backfield.
Nope.
They fake to him. They throw it down the left side. Timing pattern up for grabs, and he's got it in the end zone. And again, that's Green, their athlete, who has over 50 catches on the season, and that is his 13th touchdown catch of the year.
Just threw a jump ball.
Yep.
Same play they ran the first play of the game. Threw the ball up for a jump ball, and he just out-jumped us and went up and got it and walked it into the end zone.
And, of course, if you're hearing some odd sounds in the background, that's a grizzly bear on their scoreboard here.
I believe it's a granite bear.
Is that your granite bear?
Yeah.
So now they're going to line up and go for 2 again. No, they're going to kick this one.
Yeah.
Now coming on as the kicker. That's going to be Tom Borello. And they line up everybody in a normal set this time. They caught us off guard last time, lining up differently and went for 2. And they're going to kick this one, and it's going to be up, and it's going to be good. So now we go to a break with 2:45 to play before halftime. And our score, the Granite Bears now lead 15-6 over our Maroon Devils. Stay tuned. Back in 30 seconds here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, we're back on a Friday night here. Still plenty of time to play before halftime. We're going to get the football back down 15-6 here against Mount Airy High School. Bryce Sane, our very deep man in the backfield. This one's going to be long and deep. Bryce is going to chase this one. It goes over his head out of the end zone. So probably not a bad idea to coach to let that one go back for the touchback.
Yeah, once it breaks the plane back there, it's a dead issue anyway. And Bryce realized he was going to end up in the end zone if he caught it. So he just let it go, and that's a good decision there because it don't leave it in the officials' hands, whatever you do, because they'll blow that one too if you're not careful.
So now we have the football. We still have time, 2:45, but we've got to be careful here. We have 2 timeouts left before halftime. We'll see if we can make something happen here.
Unbalanced again to the left-hand side, giving the outside veer look again.
Well, this time they're waiting on us, and Bryce just had nowhere to go. So they're going to stop him maybe a yard, maybe 2 at the most.
Yeah, didn't get a whole lot then. Nope. They're playing their game again, and we may see an unbalanced look to the wide side of the field and see Damian pull that thing again. We don't know right now.
Boy, he burned them twice on the last drive when we got points on the scoreboard.
There's the unbalance to the wide side of the field. They flip-flop their linebackers.
2nd and 9, Damian to throw. Looking down the side. There's Bryce. He's got it. First down, Maroon Devils.
Yes.
Inside Mount Airy territory at the 45-yard line is Bryce Sane.
That's when you run the play fake and the back hesitates and then he pours out of the backfield. That's been a big play for us over the years. We ran it. Coach Mars run it a couple times this year and with success. And he runs out of there, and there again, that corner that is responsible for him over, he's the only receiver out here, is gone. He thinks the ball's gone to the wide side of the field, and he runs out here, and by the time he sees him, the free safety or the corners, they don't have a free safety right now. So he did see him and got in a foot chase with him, but not after a big gain.
And that's one of their best athletes, too. That's number 21, Donovan Green, the guy who caught the touchdown pass a moment ago, who got burned a little bit on that play, as he's playing over there as basically kind of a safety, but almost an extra linebacker. And this time we run up the gut. Damian Loss is still running on his feet at the 40-yard line, but got spun around, but still picked up about 4 yards.
Yeah, picked up 3 or 4 on that play right there. Was trying to fool him again by just keeping the ball on an inside follow play and picking up positive yardage. We still got time.
Yep, got to watch the clock here, guys. 1:20 to play. We have 2 timeouts left. Twins on the right side. Damian
from the
in the
gun
shotgun.
this time. Yep.
Here comes pressure. Fires down the right side. Down there is Waldrop, and it's going to be incomplete. They got to it. Got to the pass this time.
Yep. Got a hand on the ball just as it got there. Number 1 made a run for it and just got his left hand stuck out there and batted it down. That would have been a big gain on about the 10-yard line. That was a flag route to the outside. He ran him upfield and then broke it off to the flag, and but the defender made a great play.
Well, he did. He's not a big guy, but he is quick. Talking about Colin Smith.
We got a whole different formation here. We got offensive linemen lined up to the wide side of the field, snapping it to Damian.
Dump
pass right up the middle of the field.
There's
yes,
Jacob
sir.
Langston wide open at the 15-yard line. They weren't ready for that, Coach, and that really burned them.
There again, there's no free safety out there, Gary. They didn't even see him until the ball was in the air, and then the two linebackers broke. Outside linebackers he'd still been running with the football.
Yeah, they had to chase him down from behind, and again, that was their best athlete, Donovan Green over there, number 21, who had to catch him from behind. It's 1st and 10 now. 1 minute to play, 2 timeouts left. We have it at their 16-yard line. We toss to the left side. Bryce tries to cut it inside.
Get out of bounds. That a boy. Good. There's your flag. Yep. Yes, sir. That'll put it down there right inside the goal line.
Yep, they tackled him out of bounds.
Yeah.
Obvious penalty flag over here on number 7 as he tackled Bryce after he was well out of bounds.
Yeah, he's the one they've been kind of picking on this edge out here, and he lost his we got a great block. Langston got a great block out here on the edge on the defensive end and had the whole edge sealed up. And by the time number 7 got over the top and got to it, he was frustrated. It didn't look like he wanted it to look, and so he took it out on Bryce, and it cost him.
Now it's a tough penalty, as we mentioned. Football is going to be at the 5-yard line. 1st down and goal to go. 51 seconds to play. We have 2 solid timeouts left that we can use.
51 seconds left to go.
Now the key is protect the ball and get it in the end zone.
Get it in the end zone right here and manage your timeouts. All right, we're running from a wing set now.
Now the wing goes in motion. Ian Brooks on the right side. We run over there behind Ian. There's Damian. Oh, he stopped actually for a loss. So the ball is down. They pick it up, and they're going to run it for a touchdown, Coach. We didn't see any whistle. And again, there's 21, Donovan Green. He's going to return this one about 95 yards, and still no whistle. Still no whistle. There's a penalty flag back upfield here.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid the penalty came after the touchdown. Let's see what they're going to. Well, this is going to be a mess to sort out.
I never saw the ball come out. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I thought he was on the ground.
Yeah, I thought his forward progress stopped way before that. But
yeah, the ball popped out. Apparently, there was no whistle. They ran it back for a touchdown. There was a penalty back up at midfield.
Yeah, on the 45-yard line. Doggone it, boy, that was an opportunity.
Oh, I'm telling you. And I've got this bad feeling they're going to say that penalty was after the touchdown.
Yeah.
It's just a bad, sinking feeling. But
I hope they don't give it. Well, they're going to end up with the ball either way, and it's going to rob us of a touchdown.
That's it. I just hope they don't give them that touchdown on the run back, because they brought it back about 95 yards or so. And it is going to be a touchdown. They're going to give them the touchdown, and they're going to probably assess the penalty on the kickoff.
I don't understand that. I mean, I didn't. Of course, I couldn't see the ball. If it came out, it came out, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, it popped out, and they grabbed it and took off. And oh boy, that's our second or third penalty here tonight. And boy, that one really hurt, because we were getting ready to score, and instead it turned into a score for Mount Airy. That's what hurts even worse. It's almost like a 14-point turn.
It is, and there we had an opportunity to make this thing real interesting at halftime, and it puts us in a big hole right here. I just don't understand the ball. If it came out, it came out, but I swear I have not seen it yet.
So a tough break there for our Maroon Devils. Now they're trying to line up for the conversion. They still haven't lined it up yet.
They're discussing it with Coach Blankenship over here right now. Coach Blankenship can't understand it either, because he had a good look at it from where he was at, whether or not Damian was down with the football.
Right.
And if official doesn't blow a whistle, that doesn't mean the play's dead.
That's it.
They can always correct it. The whistle just means that gives you a signal to stop play. The whistle doesn't end the play. The play actually ends at what point the forward progress stops and all that other stuff.
So they're going to make the touchdown stand here. That makes it a 21-6 Mount Airy lead with 34 seconds to play here before halftime. And again, a tough break for our Maroon Devils as we had it first and goal at the 5. Getting ready to potentially make it a tie ball game.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope that can be seen at some point in time, whether or not that was that ball came out, because I never did see it, and that doesn't mean anything. But.
Well, they're not going to line up for the point after touchdown, I don't think. No, they're going to push them back. Apparently, they're going to penalize them on the conversion.
Yeah, I'm real confused about that.
Wow, that's interesting. I've never seen that happen.
Well, he's not going to. I don't think he may try to kick it from there, but they're probably going to run that little fake play they ran earlier.
So now they're over talking to the Mount Airy coaches. Now the referee's coming back on the field.
I think they're feeling a little bit guilty right now. I know human nature, and I know officials well enough after 30 years in this business, and they're looking awful guilty. They realize that somebody blew that, and nobody really knew where that ball was, and 21 just picked it up and took off, or grabbed it from Damian while he's laying on the ground and took off with it. And they didn't even realize nobody blew it. They didn't make any kind of signal.
Now they're going to line up for a very long extra point attempt. This guy has a big leg, and it looks pretty good from here, and it's good.
He did.
He can kick it a mile. Now we got another penalty flag after the extra point was kicked.
It's that nose man. He's mad. He feels no, he's not mad. He's over going. He's going to have to talk to somebody now that they've scored, and after he's been laying on his back most of the ball game, he's over there now huffing and puffing. So
he's not happy, is he?
Well, that's generally what happens. He's out there. He's got allowed to talk to somebody after. They penalized him right then because he did. He wanted to huff and puff after they'd scored, and he's on that extra point team. So.
Yeah. His teammates finally pushed him off the field and got him out of there.
Yeah, he had to say something, but he's not done being on his back tonight, I promise you. He'll end up on his back a whole lot more before this thing's over.
I think Nolan Brown and those guys, they've been pushing him back a whole lot.
Yeah, he's ended up diving on the ground on his face trying to keep from getting knocked out of there, and but that was his way of getting back, I guess, is to run his mouth.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Mount Airy, so instead of the 40, they're going to be kicking off from the 25, but we only have 34 seconds to play before halftime, but we could possibly get a good run back here because I don't think they're going to kick this one in the end zone.
No, they won't kick this one in the zone, and Bryce is way back there, way deep, where he can come up on this ball, so this may get interesting right here. If he gets a chance with this thing, we may see something happen.
He's very capable.
Yes.
And, of course, their kicker, I tell you, he's got a good leg, as we saw on that extra point. That was about a 35-yard extra point.
Yeah. Yeah, Bryce has got plenty of depth right there, and he'll be able to come up on the ball, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he can get it over his head.
Yep, he's about the 15-yard line. He could get pretty deep.
Now,
they're
offside. Is going to put him back even more. Look at there.
Back him up 5 more. That'll help us even a little more. So, wow, we've had some interesting penalties and maybe some interesting lack of calls here in the first half.
Yeah, and the turnovers, I swear, I can't see it. I don't know how it happens.
But, boy, I tell you right now, fumbles in the first half are killing us right now.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, Coach, and I hate to bring up something from the past, but we had problems with penalties against Bessemer City last year, and it really killed us in that ball game.
Exactly. That was the only thing that stopped a couple of our drives. We stopped ourselves.
Yeah, because we played good enough to win.
Yeah.
But those turnovers just kill you. All right, they're going to kick off this time from the 20. Bryce Sane is up at the 25 on the other end of the field. So now let's see if we can get a good run back here. He kicks it a long way. I tell you, Bryce going to have to go back, and he's got it at the 25. Back out to the 30, 35, out near the 40. Spins off a tackle. Now he's
face mask.
Yeah, somebody grabbed a face mask.
Got him. They got it too.
And out the 35. So we should have it after all that up near midfield.
That wasn't one of those unintentional face masks there. That was one of those that said, let me show you something here before halftime. That's exactly what that was.
Yeah, that was intentional.
Yeah, he reached with both hands to grab his face mask and to make sure that Bryce didn't get upfield. He didn't care about the penalty.
No.
He just wanted to make sure he made a point.
But they're going to spot the football up near the 50-yard line. Matter of fact, at the Mount Airy 48-yard line, 25 seconds, Coach. We got time for 2, maybe 3 plays. We still have 2 timeouts left. Be great to do something here before halftime with a 22-6 Mount Airy lead.
Yeah, they'll create a free safety on this one. Yeah, they've got 21 back here now. They're going to make sure that they're playing man coverage and making sure none of us can get deep.
Damian throws up in the air. This one could be picked off, and it's almost caught.
Yeah.
Wow. I tell you, Jesse almost got it down there. Back there again is Jesse Waldrop.
Yep.
But it hit one of their defenders' hands and was free for a moment.
Yeah, it was a jump ball, and we got all tangled up there, and he just about came over the top and made that catch.
I thought there for a second there, number 6 back there, their corner, Jonathan Smith, who plays that good running back. I thought he was going to pick it off. But those taller guys just out-jumped him. Now, still 17 seconds left. Second down. Still got 2 timeouts. Split backs. Damian's going to run it right up the gut, right up the A-gap. This time he heads for the sideline. They don't let him get out of bounds, though.
No, he didn't get. Couldn't carry his momentum that far that way, so we'll end up taking this one into the house here at
that's going to be the final play of the first half, fans. And we go to the locker room with a 22-6 deficit here at Mount Airy. We'll come back and wrap up this first half after this 2-minute timeout here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. We're at halftime here at Mount Airy High School. Our Maroon Devils down on the short end of a 22-6 score. As we, Coach, just before halftime there, had a golden opportunity. We had the football goal to go at the 5-yard line, getting ready to score and potentially tie the game. Instead, a very unusual fumble. There was no whistle. They picked the ball up and ran it back 95 yards. And, again, that's just a 14-point turnaround right there.
Yeah, and after talking to Joe, the producer here, and he's got a good look at it through his camera, and he says it's a no-go. And so I don't know. Those, like I say, you can read the body language of officials. I think they realize they blew that one. They don't know what to do about it now, because when they won't look at you, that's a guilt. That's guilt. They're admitting guilt, and you learn that through the years. That if they'll come and talk to you, but they're not going to look at you because they know that they've pretty much messed that one up pretty bad.
Yeah,
so
that was bad.
They were waiting on somebody else to blow the whistle. Nobody blew it. Young man grabbed the ball and took off with it. Nobody blew a whistle, so he just kept running.
Yeah.
And they end up looking at each other. You can see the officials looking at each other, and then they go running down the field and behind him, and to no avail.
Yeah, just a tough break for our Maroon Devils. So, again, looking at the big thing that was a thorn in our side all night, Coach, though, was the fumble. We turned the ball over. We had 3 fumbles, and you just can't do that against a number 1 seed like Mount Airy.
No, you turn the ball over a couple of times in a ball game like this, and you pretty much sealed your destiny. Now, that's not to say that this thing's over.
Oh, no.
We can come back. Same thing can happen to them. We've had interceptions out here already, and so we can turn the tables on them, but we're going to have to pick the pace up on offense a little bit. It's obvious because we're having to drive the ball. They're not.
Yeah. And they're a big play. And the good thing is we get the football coming out of the locker room in the third quarter. So let's see if we can get the momentum back that we had there late in the second quarter and come back and get back in this game quickly.
Yeah, as the old saying goes, don't get your daubers down. We got to come back out with some renewed energy right here and some vigor and some desperation about, okay, we've got 2 quarters to make this thing right now.
That's it. Get it done. Fans, stay tuned. We're going to send it back to the studio. Brandon Dehart doing a good job as always, and all our folks. Say what? Andy's back at the studio. Okay, Andy. All right. Andy's working overtime this week. So, Andy, good to have you back at the studio.
Good job, Andy.
That's right. And we'll be back as we'll come back when the second half kickoff is ready to go. Fans, stay tuned. We'll be back later on here on the Maroon Devils Network. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We're ready to get the second half underway of what we think should be a great second half. Our Maroon Devils literally one play away from having this to be a 15-13 game. Instead, on the turn of one play, it's a 22-6 Mount Airy lead at halftime, Coach. The good thing is, hey, we get the ball to start the second half, and let's see if we can answer back and get some points here.
Yeah, like you said during halftime, Gary, it's a 14-point shift, basically, there by us turning that football over. And them being able to score with it on a fumble.
Bryce is having trouble getting the ball. He finally picks it up inside the 10. He tries to find some running room and doesn't get a whole lot. So we're not going to get it back in real good field position right now. As that ball got by him on a bad bounce and a roll, he finally corralled it, picked it up, and was able to get some positive yards before they had good kickoff coverage. But they have good team speed, Coach, and they get down the field.
Yeah, that ball's down there on the 10-yard line. This is going to be we're looking at 90 yards. I mean, it's not impossible, but, boy, we're having a hard time getting the ball down the field. We just got to hang on to football, Gary, and put some drives together.
That's it.
And hope for a couple of big plays and have some great defensive stands.
That's it. We got to have some good, solid drives here, keep their offense off the field. And we come out running the football on first down, and we run to the left side. And Mount Airy over there with 2 or 3 guys around the football, and Ian Brooks is tackled, but not before he got some positive yards out of it.
Yeah, I'm not real sure even what the play was from this angle right here. I couldn't even tell if it was a power play or a veer play, but we'll get a better look at it now that the ball's over on this side of the field.
Yeah, kind of ran over there between that, kind of between the guard and the tackle over there. But, hey, we picked up 5 yards. Second down and 5 coming up, a good 5-yard run on first down. Let's see if we can do it again as we have split backs. Damian under center again. This time they bring their linebackers over here on this side, trying to cheat in on us a little bit. And with this time we run to the right side, Coach, and trying to run over there right behind Nick Millsaps and Nolan Brown.
Yeah, had it unbalanced into the boundary then and picked up the first down. That's 5 yards of carry here, and That's kind of ball movement we need right now and hanging on to that football.
That's it. Get some confidence back in our offense. We had a good drive right before halftime, and again, just had a very strange fumble. There was there was no whistle when there probably should have been a whistle. But here we go. First down and 10. Just underway, third quarter. Got to pick this thing up and get it moving. This time we run to the right side. There's a great run. Damian Lossy around the corner. He's got a first down and then some. And, Coach, that's what the veer does so well.
There again, they're having to commit so much to those dive plays, and we've ran them up in there, and we pick up 5 yards of carry on the first 2 veer plays we run, the first 2 offensive plays, and then Damian pulls the thing, and they go blind to him again.
So, again, that's about the 3rd time tonight when they've really just looked inside and didn't realize Damian had the ball going outside.
Yeah, and it's happening so quick at the line of scrimmage that they're having to commit quickly.
Now Damian under center again. This time we run to the left side, trying to get up the A-gap, and Bryce Sane just can't find any room to run to over there. And, again, they have good size up front and good quickness, so their defense is not a bunch of slouches at all.
No, they're very quick, and they're moving them around up there. They're angling them and slanting them, and they're jumping gaps. What I mean by that is they'll line head up a lineman, and they'll jump one gap in or one gap out when the ball's snapped, and the linebackers are covering everything in front of them or behind them, whichever one it may be.
And here comes number 7 again. That's Cole Shelton. He's trying to cheat over there on this side. Oh, they force Bryce out of bounds over here again.
They got a flag out in the middle of the field, and it's probably going to be holding.
Yeah, that's normally the penalty when they throw it over there on that area of the field, Coach, with 9.5 minutes to play here on this third quarter. It's chilly, temperatures in the low 30s, but the good thing is we haven't had precipitation that they're expecting later tonight. And I hope it's much later.
Yeah, I do too, but it's one of those it's one of those deals that if when you get up in this part of the country, very seldom we've been up here when it's been dry.
Oh, no kidding.
Either Elkin or here. Or
well, we saw some bad weather at Elkin one year. Sleet, freezing rain, and then snow on the way home.
Yeah, all the way home.
Oh, boy. That was a tricky trip, but I tell you what, we got them back the next year. we got a little revenge.
Yeah, we got some payback, and that was good.
All right, here we go. This time we're going to run twins out to the right side. 9:20 to play, clock running. Our Maroon Devils have a second down, and third down. third down. Either the clock's wrong or their down marker's wrong. Damian Lossy in trouble. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He spins. He's still going. Good run by Damian Lossy out near the 44-yard line. He's short of the first down. But they had third down on the clock, second down on the field. I hope the field marker's right.
I believe it is, because now they're showing third down. The official on the field is showing third down. So.
Yeah, and see, again, their clock has fourth down.
Yeah.
They got to get on the same page with the marker. It's third down and 8. That's the official call.
Well, this time I'm pulling for the officials instead of the clock.
Exactly. So. They've got the clock wrong. It's still saying fourth down. But anyway, it's third down and 8.
Yeah, going back to a conventional veer set now with the tight end and split backs, play action fake.
Damian firing right side. Oh, too high.
Too tall.
Just too high. Had a man over there with a little bit of room over there. That was Hunter Call, and he's 6'1", but just too high for him.
Now that brings up fourth down. We'll probably end up having to punt this one here. I don't think this is a good unless Coach Blankenship's got a rabbit in his hat right here.
Yeah, he's gonna have Damian back in punt formation.
Yeah.
And now comes on the punt team.
It was questionable right there, but I think he'd wanted it closer to midfield and less yards. I mean, when you've got 8 yards staring you in the face right there against defenses as quick as this, I mean, you could throw it out there, but they still may tackle you for a loss and not being able to get a first down out of it.
Not a bad punt by Damian. One
Line
of his best punts of the year.
Spiral punt. It's going to roll down to the 10.
All the way down to the 10-yard line. Damian Lossy, outstanding punt.
Yeah.
And now they have it first down and 10 with 8:10 to play and a 22-6 lead. Now it's up to our defense to slow them down.
Yeah, we got to have some plays here that break them open, break their backs about this getting to the wide side of the field and getting the ball in these athletes' hands, because it's just they're too dangerous out there, Gary. They really are. You hate to see them on two-thirds of the field catching a football out there, and you with one defender trying to defend out there. So it's just we're faking a little bit of man coverage here and dropping into a zone, trying to make sure they don't hang it up and go deep on us.
This time to go 3 wide to the left side. The quarterback rolls, throws to that side. He's got his man right across the linebackers. That's number 7 out near the 30-yard line. That's going to be a first down for Mount Airy.
Yeah, he threw that ball right in an in-between zone. That's the no man's land right there between your underneath coverage and your deep coverage. And the receiver just pulls up out there and finds that soft spot and sits down in it, and he throws the ball to him.
That's it. Got him right in stride. So now it's going to be first down and 10. Mount Airy at the 31-yard line. Oh, they got a lineman moving on the right side. That's going to be a false start. That'll back him up 5.
Yeah, they were getting ready to run some kind of sweep because he was getting ready to zone block that thing down the line of scrimmage, and he moved a little too soon.
And I tell you, when you got Jacob Langston standing over you, you want to start early.
Yeah, he's trying to get an early start and cut Jacob off because he's getting down that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he covers.
They're going to change the play now. They're going with a different set, and they're trying to get it all straightened out over there.
I tell you, you get Thomas Allen and Jacob Langston. They play sideline to sideline. All right, here we go. See what we can do here.
I'm going to throw this one.
Second and 15, or
got him
first and 15.
Up down running the post in the middle of the field.
Oh, he got it. And our defender fell down, Coach, and that's an easy score. That one's too easy for Mount Airy as our receiver he got a little bit behind.
Yeah, he got behind the curve on it a little bit, running a post route, and he broke the post off at about 15 yards and into the middle of the field. And nobody in the middle of the field, and it was just going to be a foot race, and we got outrun.
Yep, he fell down, lost his footing, and kind of got twisted around when he tried to make the play, and then it was just too easy, just an easy run in for the touchdown for Mount Airy. And that makes it a 28-6 ball game with 7:17 to play here on the third quarter. But boy, they scored too quick.
Yeah, it's just too quick, and too much out there on that edge, and too much grass. I mean, it really is. You can't. You try to defend one part of the field, and they put it in the other part.
And the extra point is going to be good. And so now with 7:17 to play, we'll take a break with Mount Airy in the lead. Stay tuned, fans. We'll come back as our Maroon Devils will get the football after this 30-second timeout on the Maroon Devils Network. here on this Friday night. 7:17 to play, third quarter, 29-6 now Mount Airy, as they wasted no time getting on the scoreboard on a big play on their first possession here in the third quarter. Our Maroon Devils, though, we need to get it back, and we've got to score quickly now, as we're starting to dig a hole that if we don't score, it's going to be too deep here pretty quick.
Yeah, that lightning strikes, and that struck right then. That's all that was. He was wide open in the middle of the field. Defender was in a foot race with him, and he lost the foot race.
Yep, just a tough break for the Maroon Devils. Here we go. Bryce Sane will return this one. Got blockers out in front of him. Cuts to the right side. Tries to find some room. Turns the corner. Gets a good return. Forced out of bounds over there near the 30-yard line, but a good job by Bryce tonight.
Yeah, getting the ball back upfield in decent field position here. And we've just got to put a sustained drive together. And it's not desperation time yet, but it's getting close.
It's getting close, Coach. You're right. 7:09 to play here in the third quarter. We understand Robbinsville won big today. They played early today, about 3 o'clock. We understand Murphy's winning big. Cherokee and Elkin in a battle in their ball game. So, of course, we've been up to Elkin. That's just down the road here, not too far, actually, from Mount Airy. All right, here we go. First down and 10. We run to the right side, get some yards out there. And
yeah, back Rendeveer, from what I could tell up here, ran it over there to their sidelines, and Brooks got the ball, and he got stumbled up over there. He had some grass to run in. He's real frustrated with himself about not being able to keep his feet.
So now we run twins out here to the left side. Our Maroon Devils with Ian Brooks, Bryce Sane in the backfield, Damian Lossy under center, and right now they stay on the 4-4 look on defense. And here we go, running straight at them. This time on the right side of the ball, Coach, and got some positive yards, but still short of the first down, looks like.
Yeah. We're going to see what Coach Marr has him playing right here. Now, this is a good place for him to run that, run the ball outside or throw one of those short routes again, and get a back out of the backfield or a quick out route or a stop route for a first down.
So now we're looking at third down. We need 3.
Got twins and the tight end to the same side now. Got stacked twins out here, one on top of the other.
Damian is going to hand off. We run it right up the middle, and this time they're meeting us in the hole here, Coach. Did we get enough for the first down?
It's going to be awful close.
Very
close. It's going to be real close. The chain holders seem to think it's first down.
Yeah,
so
we got it. And, boy, I tell you, we need this first down. We need to get some points out of this drive if we can.
Yeah, this is not a must-do, but it's getting, like I said earlier, it's getting close. This is desperation time. You got to drive this ball down there and punch it in and then be able to stop them and then hope for turnovers and them to penalize themselves into a situation where you can take a run at them.
Here we go. This time we run at them on the right side, but, boy, they meet us on the hole again after a couple of yards. Their linebackers are really getting in those gaps between the linemen.
Yeah, they're doing all kinds of adjusting now since halftime with those guys up front. They've moved that nose man in more to head up of a guard or inside eye of a guard, where they can't drive him all the way to the ground like they were before, but they're keeping him out of it, but he's occupying 2 of us, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
I always like that inside eye technique for a defensive lineman because it takes 2 offensive linemen to try to block him.
Yeah, and they have some good defensive linemen, good size up front, and again, big gaps between all 4 of their front defensive group. Back to throw, Damian Lossy throwing for the sideline, and it's going to be intercepted. Pass a little bit underthrown, intercepted over here on the sideline, and that's going to be Greg Green.
Yeah, Damien hung that ball up way too long, and he knows it. He realizes, too, that he put way too much air under it, and by the time it got out here, the defender was able to see the ball and make a break on it, and he just out-jumped us over here on the boundary for the interception.
So a big turnover for the Maroon Devils here, as now Mount Airy will have the football back with 4:48 to play and a 29-6 lead, and now they have an injured player down on the field. That's going to be their looks like number 1 running back. No, that's Greg Green.
Yeah, he's got a cramp. Yeah, he was walking back out here, and all of a sudden he went down like somebody shot him. So it's a cramp.
Yeah, it's a cramp, and he's their number 2 receiver.
Well, this is the time right here where Coach Blankenship is going to try to start doing some things defensively to cause some things. He's probably going to blitz from the wide side of the field some, maybe even from the boundary, and see if he can't get some kind of pressure on that quarterback when he does all these spin moves back there to find those wide receivers out there. And when he turns back around, somebody's right in his face, and maybe we can cause a turnover or an intercept. You know, he'll throw the ball out there and not see where he's throwing it, and throw an interception. But I think this is about the time where we're going to see this start happening.
Yeah, I think you're right, Coach. Now with 4:48 to play in the third quarter, and they have a 29-6 lead. You have to start gambling a little bit.
Yeah, you got to create some enthusiasm, and the best way to do that is to try to come up with a big play for your defense to that they can make out there and get some momentum back.
That's it. Big plays can really turn a ball game around in a hurry.
Here comes the blitz off this corner out here.
Coming after him, Jesse Waldrop coming in. He's coming after the quarterback, and
he missed him.
He got away. He had him in his sights, and he throws downfield, and he's got his man. And that's their 21, their big receiver, and he's going to take it all the way to the house, and that's a backbreaker here.
Yeah, good idea by blitzing him, and we should have had him in the backfield there, and he got away from us and throws a touchdown, hangs it up down the field for 6.
That's it. Again, their number one receiver got behind his coach, and when you get him back there, there's no catching him.
It's not even a fair fight once he gets back there because he goes up, he can jump, and that's really all it was. They were playing flag tag once that quarterback broke out of there and started running with it. He just corrected his pattern, ran straight across the field, and quarterback hit him on a dead run.
So now they got some easy points on that one, and again, that's 2 quick scores here in the third quarter. And they have just broken this game wide open now, 35-6. And for the point after. Our Maroon Devils coming after it, but again, this kicker kicks it a long way, and it's an easy extra point conversion.
He kicks it on time, too. He doesn't waste any time.
He doesn't. 36-8 now, Mount Airy in the lead. We're going to take a 30-second break here in the third quarter. We'll be back here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, we're back with 4:33 to play in the third quarter. And again, the Mount Airy Granite Bears have scored quickly twice here in the third quarter, breaking open a game that was 22-6 a moment ago. And now all of a sudden they have 14 points on the board quickly, Coach. And they've done it, as you mentioned before, 2 big plays really here.
Yeah, it's just like we said, it's just like lightning striking. And you blitz a quarterback and you've got him back there in the backfield. He gets away from you. He's running out through there, and it becomes that game of flag tag. He's running. A receiver sees that he's scrambling for his life. He runs across the field, and he hits him in dead stride upfield. And he's right at the line of scrimmage. Didn't know whether he crossed it or not, but he was right at the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball. But he went up and got it and ran it in the end zone untouched.
Yeah. We had a great chance of sacking the quarterback, but again, he made a big play in the backfield. Here they go, and their kicker has been driving it deep all night long. Bryce Sane is going to have this one returnable inside the 5. He brings it back, trying to get behind that wall. Now he cuts it outside, tries to get it outside, but they have good speed. They don't let him get across the 25-yard line.
Yeah, they got good team speed, and they put all them speedsters out there on this kickoff team to get down there in a hurry, and they do a good job.
So now our Maroon Devils literally in a deep hole. We've got to have something and got to have it quickly.
Yeah, this is one of those deals here now where you still want to eat up the clock some, but you've got to sustain a drive and no more turnovers.
Yep, you've got to get points on the board, and turnovers have been tough here tonight. Well, really, you look at it, Coach. 2 out of the last 3 touchdowns for Mount Airy have come from turnovers.
Yeah, that's it. And when they can capitalize that quickly off of a turnover, and it's just within a couple of plays, they big play and there it is. And big play teams live and die by the big play.
Yeah.
They have no intention, and that's their game of driving the football. That's not what they want to do. They run plays in between their big plays just to keep you honest.
This time, Damian Lossy hands off to the right side. We can't get a whole lot going over there. They string out the play pretty good, but not a whole lot of room over there to run to for Bryce Zane, and he takes a hard hit. He gets up really slow on that play.
Yeah, that inside linebacker skimmed a block right there and came off the inside and nailed him. And he didn't even see him coming.
Yeah, Bryce, they wanted to bring him out, but he says, no, I want to stay in, Coach. But, boy, he took a shot. He's a tough kid, though.
Yeah, he is tough. He's got to be tough to be his size is it truly is. He's strong as he can be, and he's tough. But now you can only take so much of that from some of them them 270 and 280 pounders out there.
Yeah, some of those guys have 100 pounds on him. Back to throw, Damian looking, rolling in trouble. Now stops and fires across the middle of the field. He's got it complete, but we've got a penalty, and that may be a holding.
It's going to be a holding back there behind the play. And
he had a lot of time back there, Coach, before he found the receiver.
Yeah. By the time he turned it loose and completed it, probably for a first down, but they're going to bring it back.
Yep.
They can see that holding, but they can't see a fumble, whether it's a fumble or not.
That's what doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. They're all about that.
Oh, man. So now they're going to put us way back. Line of scrimmage is going to be back, back inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, it's a spot foul, and that's when it occurred so far behind the line of scrimmage from where Damian was, and then that's where the hold occurred. And they mark it back from there.
Yep, all the way back to the 8-yard line, 3rd down and 25. Coach got a tough situation here. Damian rolling, has plenty of time again, throws it down the middle. It's going to be off the hands of our receiver. Just couldn't pull it in down there to Hunter Call.
Yeah, hit Hunter Call across the middle right there and hit him in the hands, but he just couldn't hang on, and now we're going to have to punt it back to him.
Yep, and that's a tough break because now Damian is going to be punting literally from his own end zone, and this is where you don't want to see a bad play on special teams.
Yeah, this is where catastrophes happen.
Oh, boy.
And you just got to get the punt off and not step out that back line back there.
Damian gets off a high, pretty good punt. Going to be taken on a fair catch, and they're going to have it at the 37-yard line. 1st down and 10, Coach, but very good field position inside our 40.
Yeah, they got great field position right here, and they remember getting us beating them before, and they're not going to take the foot off the pedal right now.
No, we beat them last time we were here 4 years ago in 2014, a tight ball game when it was 14-0. Nobody scored literally until the 4th quarter, but in 3 times, we have a 2-1 edge in games. But boy, tonight, I think they remember all that.
Yeah, they're going for broke right here because they have no backs in the backfield. They're probably going to put somebody in motion. They got trips into the boundary here, and then they got twin receivers. The running back is split out to the wide side of the field. So,
this is the first time we've seen this.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to put number 7 in motion or not. Now we're defending the wide side of the field.
They're looking to the left side. Got a slant pattern and too tall. It's intercepted.
Yeah.
So this time the Maroon Devils strike back on defense. They just threw it over the head of their slant man over there, Coach, too high. And there again, there's Daniel Lammons. That's his 2nd one tonight.
Yeah, and that serves that coach right. I'll tell you that. When you're, I can understand, going for blood. I really do. But, right there, when you go and you're going for broke and you get intercepted, that's on you.
That's it.
That's on that coach, not those players. So
you're right. Yeah,
it serves him right.
Lining up 5 receivers. Wow. All right, now the Maroon Devils with the football back, 2:26 to play. Daniel Lammons, his 2nd pick tonight and his 6th interception on the year. That's a pretty good stat.
Yeah.
Here comes Damian handing off. We run to the right side, and we can't get it. Can't get it across the line of scrimmage. Coming up there, and linebacker plugged that hole quickly.
Yeah, stepping under that skinny post is what a lot of folks call that end cut. It's not straight across the field. It's just about a 5-yard post cut, and he saw that thing the whole way. And when he threw the ball a little tall, he was right there behind him to pick it off.
Now coming in, we got 2 new receivers coming in, Jacob Waldrop and Robert Green, both lining up to the left side. Damian rolling to the left side, has protection over here, firing down the middle, got his man. Good pass, good catch, and that's going to be a Maroon Devil 1st down.
Yep. Great one for Jake.
Yep, big
Langston.
Jacob.
He ran that drag across the middle, and there again, they're playing that man coverage, and that corner was trailing him behind. once he made that cut across the middle and couldn't catch up to him.
You know, two guys, I'm so glad that we're going to have two of these guys back on defense, and that's our leading tacklers, Thomas Allen and Jacob Langston. Both will be back next year. They're both juniors.
Yeah, they both come a long way this year, and it's good.
So now, back to throw. Damian has pressure, throws it, and got his man, but he had to throw it in a hurry. There's a penalty flag over here on that side of the field. And, you know, one thing tonight, Coach, I hope he's okay, but we haven't seen a whole lot of Thomas Allen.
Yeah.
He's over on the sideline, but I think he's banged up.
Yeah, I think he got nicked somewhere in this whole process, or maybe even the week of practice. It's probably going to be a holding call on us again by one of the wide receivers, because that was kind of a underneath route, and they're going to call some kind of pick. And there again, they can see that, but they can't see whether or not it's a fumble.
Yeah.
Ineligible. That must have been in the alignment. Somebody was on the line of scrimmage it wasn't supposed to be.
Let's see if they mark it off now with 1:15 to play in the third quarter. We had a first down and 10, and they're trying to figure out where they're going to mark it from.
Yeah, they've already lost the original spot out there. They walked around and discussed it. Nobody has the spot about where the ball ended up anyway, so he's just going to take a guess and start marking it.
One official is saying the ball was at the 41-yard line.
Pick the flag up.
They're going to wave it off.
Because he was evidently, somebody thought they were lined up wrong, and when one of the receivers released, he was ineligible because he was on the line of scrimmage. But he can do it's according to where the ball's thrown from as to whether or not he can do that. So if it's all must have been legal after they discussed it. But you notice where they spotted it, just first place he came to.
Yeah. So now we're going to be looking at 2nd down and 8. We have the football at the 41-yard line here with 1:15 to play. Again, got receivers stacked over here on the left side. Got single man-to-man coverage over here. Damian rolling, almost lost his footing. Now pitches it backward, but they're all over the play. And they get us, but we still get positive yards over here on the sideline with, that's Colby Taylor in there right now.
Yeah, Colby took the pitch from Damian there and picks up several yards. We're still shy about 3 yards.
Colby's had a pretty good year, 357 yards rushing, and has been a real key in at different times this year. 3rd down, this time we're going to need a long 3 here, Coach.
Yeah, it's going to be a long 3, and I can see us right now probably got the tight end and the twins to the same side, running another veer look out there because they're not going to respect it. Not quarterback sneak. Good call.
Right up the gut.
Get the first down.
He pitches it at the last second.
There we
Bryce
go.
Down the sideline. He's going to score.
Yes.
Nobody's going to catch him.
Right. Pitched
all
it
the
last
way
second. Yes,
in the end zone.
Yes, sir.
Boy, that was a quick pitch.
Yeah, he was. They had him wrapped up, and he just stopped his feet and pitched that football just with both hands out to Bryce, and Bryce caught it and on a dead run down the sideline.
Just perfect timing on that, and nobody was on the sideline, and one guy had a shot at him but couldn't catch him.
Couldn't catch him once he got going upfield, and that puts a little bit of spunk back in our step.
Good to get on that scoreboard now. 18 seconds to play, third quarter, 36-12. So our Maroon Devils, I can imagine we're going to go for 2.
Yeah, we got to make up some points right here, and now's the time to do it. You don't want to wait. You got to do it right now.
So now our Maroon Devils twins on the right side. Got double tight ends. Damian Lossy rolling to the right side, has plenty of time. Can't find anybody open, is going to try to run it, and he's knocked out of bounds short.
Yeah.
So 18 seconds to play here in the third quarter, but our Maroon Devils get back on the scoreboard to make it 36-12. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. Our Maroon Devils score on a bang-bang pitch play. Damian Lossy running to the left side, and at the last second when he was hit, he quick pitched it over to Bryce Sane, who was on the sideline, got it in perfect stride. And, Coach, he just turned on the jets and outran everybody.
He just outran everybody right down the boundary, and they all had funneled into that one spot right there trying to get a hold of Damian, and when he stopped his feet, he saw Bryce standing there, was the pitch man. He only had one arm free, and he pitched it.
Good job. Of course, they got a dangerous return man, but the kick is going to be short. Going to be taken by an up man. He's on a knee at the 31-yard line. So no return. They have it first down and 10 with time for one more play or two here on the third quarter.
Yeah, they're going to start with the ball right around the 30, and they're not going to, like I said, they're not going to take the foot off the pedal.
Oh, no.
So we'll see what kind of scheme they come out with. If they go empty again and they're shooting for the end zone, they're going to try to go for one big play.
That's their bread and butter, isn't it, Coach?
That's what they're fixing to do. They're putting the running back out here in the
same
twin
play.
set, and they're going to put them upfield and then try to put it in the end zone on this play right here.
Same set as last time. They just flipped the receivers. Now they got a man in motion.
Jet sweep.
Jet sweep. They hand off to him, and that's Smith, their good running back. He tries to turn the corner, but can't.
I believe the ball came out for a second. And then,
big Nick Millsap's over there to cut him back inside.
Yeah, Nick was moving his feet, getting down that line of scrimmage. And when he cut it back up in there, Nick nailed him.
He got him. Good play over there on the defensive front by Nick Millsaps. He's another kid who will be back next year. We got a lot of good kids coming back. And that's the end of the third quarter, fans. We're going to be back. Got 12 more minutes to play here in Mount Airy. And the Maroon Devils trying to slow down these Granite Bears. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. 1 quarter to go. 12 minutes, if you will. 36-12. Granite Bears on top of our Maroon Devils. We're back on defense here, trying to slow them down as they have a second down and 9. And Coach, they're one of those offenses coming in averaging about 47 points a game. They're an offense you can slow down, but you don't really stop.
No, you don't. They're such a big play offense and got such great athletes out there.
Oh,
there's a fumble. We got the football.
I think we got the
Yes,
football.
we did. It hit him in the chest, and he was trying to get the moving out of there, and the ball bounced right off his chest.
There's big Nick Millsaps with the football. He's a happy guy right now.
Yes, sir. That's a big play. That's a big play.
Inside.
Great field position, too.
Yeah, inside their 35-yard line. First down, Maroon Devils. Hey, I tell you what, you get a touchdown here, and things start getting a little more interesting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if we can make something happen right here, it will definitely make them draw up over there.
Oh, boy, they'll have a whole different look at things. Going wide to the left side, we've got Hunter Call over there. Also, we've got Jesse Waldrop. And we're lined up, ready to go. Damian Lossy dropped the football, but he picks it up. And, boy, they're all over him in the backfield, though. We lost a couple on that play, but he was able to pick up the football. But, man, oh, man.
Yeah, that was close there. Yeah. That was real close. That almost ended up going right back to him.
And right now in this football game, we need the ball all we can get it.
Yeah, and just keep making forward progress. We can't be backing up, you know. Yep. And when you end up with second and third and 10, boy, that hurts you. That's tough. It's tough to get 10 yards in 2 plays against these people. We've done it a couple of times tonight, but boy, it's tough.
So again, they're saying 4-4 look on defense. Damian Lossy back to throw again. Now looks, throws down the middle in a crowd. And, they got a hand on it, but they couldn't pull it down. But that dangerous pass.
Yeah, it was Damian's timing was a little bit off, and he couldn't find his receivers. He's trying to look up over the top of those offensive linemen. He just couldn't find them, and he saw one receiver there breaking downfield, and so he turned it up to him.
And now it looks like we may be calling a timeout here, Coach, to make sure we get things right on 3rd down and 10. We've got a great opportunity at their 29-yard line here to get some points and get something out of this drive.
Yeah, we've got 2 downs here to pick up 10 yards, and we've got to make the best of both opportunities, and that's one reason why Coach Blankenship calls this timeout right here, is because he knows how important it is, and the rest of the coaching staff does too, because we keep moving this football right here. All is not lost yet.
That's it. We've got a chance. Now, time is not on our side, and that's why we really need to keep this drive going and get points on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's imperative that we do something with the football on this drive right here, because time is wasting for us, and it doesn't matter to them. They figure they can score in 1 or 2 plays anyway, so it doesn't take them long.
They're a big play offense. Now our Maroon Devils back on the field, getting ready to line up. Got one man wide to the right side. Got double tight ends. Got Bryce Sane in motion this time to the left side. Ian Brooks in the backfield. Damian looks, throws down the middle, up for grabs, and is caught.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Maroon Devils. There is Jacob Langston.
He's going to spot him short. He's going to spot him short.
Oh, just short of the goal line.
Gone. It's like
just
on the 6-inch line. How did he see that?
You sure can't see it from here.
See that? No, man. He caught that thing on a dead run. Now that was a decoy when Bryce went in motion. It took that corner out of there. So the guy who was supposed to be the free safety ends up in a foot race down through there with him, and Jacob just went up and took the ball away from him.
Yep.
He's injured.
He just outmuscled him for the football.
Yeah, their defender's injured down there, and they're having to take a look at him. But that ball's on it's got to be on like the 6-inch line. It's not even on the 1 foot line.
Yeah, it's nose of the football is almost on the goal line here. And again, they're working on their injured player who went up and tried to break up that pass play against Jacob Langston.
Looks like they got their legs tangled up a little bit, and that he may get suffered a little bit of a leg injury right there, or he may just got the breath knocked out of him. They both hit the ground real hard, and Jacob hung on to the ball. That's what's impressive.
Yeah, I tell you, Jacob, good receiver. We'll take a break here as they work on the injured Mount Airy player. Stay tuned, fans. We'll be back in 1 minute. Stay with us here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. They're still working on the injured Mount Airy player who was defending against Jacob Langston on that really big pass play from Damian Lossy down to Jacob right on the goal line, even though they spotted it short. But, Coach, he's still down, hasn't gotten up yet. He is rolling around. He's moving around, which is always good to see. But he has not. Now it looks like he's finally sitting up for the first time, and that's always good.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from here whether it's a leg injury or whether he they both, like I said, hit the ground very hard because Jacob had the ball tucked away into his chest, and it looked like he came down right on top of this young man. Young man was draped over him trying to keep him from scoring, and he landed right on top of him. So it could be a number of things. We'll see when he gets up here if he's not limping, and then we'll know it's probably got
he's getting up.
He got dinged there a little bit, maybe a little bit in his head, a little bit in his chest, knocked the wind out of him or something. But that was a big play by Jacob, and he was doing everything he could to keep Jacob out of the end zone. And I didn't think he did, but it looks like he did.
Yep. But I tell you, that's their go-to guy, Coach. That's Donovan Green, number 21, their lead receiver, and we know how good he is. But he does walk off, and now whether he'll be back or not, we'll see with 11 minutes to play. But he's a player.
Yeah, he's definitely all that. He really is. And he had no idea that Jacob was in the world until Jacob blew by him there, and when he turned to try to chase him, it was a foot race back through there.
Now Maroon Devils going to line up and see if we can punch this one in the end zone. And this time looks like did we get it across? There's the signal. Finally, the touchdown is in. Damian Lossy looks like runs it in, or
no, that was
Ian Brooks.
That's Ian Brooks, and he got all 6 inches of it there at one time. Sure did. Half the width of a football, he put it on in there.
Good run by Ian Brooks. Now we're going to line up and go for two. If we get two, that makes it a 36-20 game. And, Coach, hey, that's 2 scores.
Yeah, we're, like we said, and there's 10 minutes left in this ball game. And stranger things have happened, Gary, over the years. 1 minute it looks like all the air's gone, and then here we come back.
See if we can get 2 out of this one. Damian's going to run it right side, tries to cut inside. Did he get in? Yes, he did.
He did.
Good 2-point conversion.
Yes. Damian on the veer keeper and just drug a defender into the end zone with him. And so now a little bit more life in the Devils, and we'll see what we can do now with this possession.
And you can see the guys as they come off the field, Coach. They just have a little more spring in their step.
A little more spring in their step. You can see over there Mount Airy's players walking around, and that coach, right now he's setting up to make it a 1 or 2 play game right here, where he can put this thing in the end zone again as quickly as possible and put it out of reach for us. But if it doesn't happen for him and he gets too greedy, then some bad things may happen for him.
Oh, yeah. They have that big play capability. Now, we will say this. One of their big play people is the guy that got hurt on that last play, Donovan Green.
Yeah, and unless he's back in the ball game, I'm sure they've got other people. And, of course, his brother is still out there, and that'll be a definite threat too.
Oh, no question. His brother is an outstanding. He's their number 2 receiver. And he's going to be the deep man going back right now in place of Donovan Green. So Donovan is not in on the kickoff return team as Zach Klein is ready to kick it off. And we're ready to go here. 10:46 to play, 36-20. Our Maroon Devils fighting our way, trying to get back in this one. Still alive as Zach looks, waiting for the signal for the kickoff.
Yeah, the officials are confused about something right now. They're going to go ahead and let us kick it.
I think they've been confused multiple times tonight. We're going to kick an onside kick down toward the sideline. It goes out of bounds, though. Bad thing is it got out of bounds, and, there's a penalty flag.
Yeah, I think that's a flag for the ball going out of bounds. I don't think it's anything on the sidelines. It's just a matter of that's where the ball went out of bounds.
That's where the ball went. So bad thing is for us, they're going to get it in pretty good field position. No, they're still talking it over. Let's see. Well, maybe it is just a ball mark, but I could have sworn there was going to be a penalty.
Let's see here what's going on.
See what the referee says.
I don't know. They've been pretty creative tonight, and non-creative, so let's see what's – they must have a different rule book as you come up to 77. I don't know. The game seems to change up in this part of the country for some reason.
Yeah, it was just odd they had that many flags over here.
Okay, now so they're still discussing it with officials on the other side of the field.
Yeah. There's something going on with some kind of penalty. Oh, it's a personal foul. against us. What is the personal foul dead ball on that?
Boy,
wow.
What in the world is that all about?
I don't know where they're getting that from. I mean, we didn't do anything but try to chase the ball, and the ball goes out of bounds. I didn't see any.
No, there was no contact or anything.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
I didn't see anybody hit anybody. Oh, my goodness.
Well, this official over here on the sideline, so he's not giving anybody any explanation because he don't feel like he needs to. And
well, Neil Blankenship's not happy. And
well, it's ridiculous. There was nothing there. Nobody hit anybody.
No. I mean, the personal foul is when somebody hits somebody.
Yeah, and it's if it's 15 yards, let's see. 10, that's 15 yards, so it was personal foul. I don't understand.
Very strange call when there was no contact. Okay, now they have the football at our 41-yard line. That's the downside of this whole thing. We're sneaking up, looking at a blitz here.
Yeah.
Now we back off. The quarterback checks up on the line of scrimmage. Now backs off, back in the pistol. Got a wing on the right side, a little different set for them. Now the quarterback hands off to the right side. Here's Smith. That's the first time he's carried in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, and that's a play. Some of the running plays they started off the ball game with. That's an off-tackle play where all they're trying to do is seal the kick out and block down, and he's got to make one man miss at the second level.
So now they're going to put a man in motion. He lines up, wing over here on the left side. Now we got a flag.
Should be movement on them.
Yeah. They should be backing up 5, and here they go. A little false start. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 6 instead of 2nd and 1.
I'm still confused about this personal foul business.
I never did
Gary,
get that. I didn't get it. I saw the flags come flying in. I'm like,
I thought it was just because the ball had been kicked out of bounds, but I had no idea that they were upset about something.
Because I sure didn't see anything that was a foul. This time the quarterback tosses to Smith over on the left side. He is dragged down from behind. Good jersey tackle there. Hanging over there's Ian Brooks, who finally got him down. And
Jacob Langston. Jacob comes from the inside. Jacob actually had the quarterback on that, and when he saw him pitch it, then he broke his angle and came down the line of scrimmage and made the play.
And he's shaken up, so now he's still down. And he's their go-to running back. Jonathan Smith has had over 1,000 yards this year and is obviously very good. He hasn't been used a whole lot here tonight, but he's had a really good season running the football, and they're going to work on him. So we'll take a timeout down the line. 9:52 to play. We'll be back in 1 minute. Stay with us here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back here at Mount Airy with 9:52 to play here in the fourth quarter. Again, their top running back, Jonathan Smith, who again coming into the game had 1,266 yards rushing and 21 touchdowns, is injured. He's now sitting up and looks like he's about to get up, and it looks like he may have a knee or an ankle on that left leg, Coach. He's not putting any weight at all much on his left leg, and that not a good sign right now.
No, he's hurt that thing and got twisted up over here when Jacob made the tackle. He put him on the ground in a hurry, but he probably got his feet up under him there and got his ankle twisted. That's what it looks like.
So he may be okay. Of course, they'll if they hang on to win, they'll be playing next week. But hey, this game is not over. 9:52 to play. But we need to keep them out of the end zone right here.
Yeah, this is a tough time right here, buddy, because they're as potent as they are, and but they're losing that running back and then losing a receiver.
Yeah.
Here in just a series of plays now, so in a short time.
Yeah, they've lost two big playmakers right now. This time they hand off and coming right up the gut and not getting much room. And that's going
to bring up fourth down.
Jaden Hill, he's got 400 yards rushing this year, Coach, and 6 touchdowns. But that's his first carry tonight. He's really not in the groove, so to speak.
No, he's not as good as number 6. And so we're right now we're going to bring up fourth, and they'll go for it right here because they have no reason to turn the ball back over to us in this kind of field position.
Yep.
So
they're inside our 35 at the 34. Got to get just inside the 31-yard line for a first down. Now the question is, will they run it? Will they throw it?
Yeah, they're putting that. You got to remember that wide side of the field out there, and they've got
number 1.
Yep, and
he's their jet sweep guy.
Yep, and
are they going to call a timeout to talk it over? They don't want to give the football back to us, do they?
No, they don't, and they know that we've been playing offense has kind of turned the Jets up here a little bit on them, and. They really want to try to put this ball in the end zone or at least get a first down and keep it out of our hands.
That's it. No doubt about that with 8:54 to play here, fans.
Well, let's change that coach's thinking because right there before the end of the half and even into the third quarter, he was going for the throat, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's ended up costing him now, and it's put him in a situation where he now has to get into some clock management about just getting first downs and
that's it.
Try to get this ball game over with. But that's, like I said earlier, that's his own fault. That's his fault for trying to bite off more than he could chew early in the ball game.
Right. And now, Coach, his number 1 running back and his number 1 wide receiver are over there banged up on the sideline.
Exactly.
And so now it's kind of on the back of the quarterback. He's their main playmaker in the game right now.
Yeah, they'll probably end up sprinting him to the wide side of the field or something of that nature. And he's not going to – I don't know. I can't see him throwing the ball deep and trying to score here, but he could. But more than likely, they're just going to try to get this first down and keep this drive going.
That's it. They got twins on each side. Got 2 on this side, on the short side of the field, looking right at us here.
And one of them, they got too many backs in the backfield right now.
So here they go. Quarterback rolls, swings it out of the backfield, going to be incomplete. Their timing was totally off.
There's that pressure again.
Yep.
See, he saw it coming the whole way from the backside, and he just ran out there and threw it as quick as he could to try to get rid of that ball, and he couldn't hit his receiver with it.
That was Chase Hughes and Colby Taylor. Yeah. They were after him.
They were after him, and Coach Blankenship brought the pressure off the short side of the field here and pressed him to the wide side of the field.
Good play call.
Yeah, he had to hurry his throw. He didn't have a snowball's chance that time of hitting that receiver on time.
And again, number 12 hasn't been in the backfield much tonight, and their timing was way off.
Here's that crazy set again. Going to hang it up in the middle again for Langston, and he caught it again.
Got it again.
Same exact play he ran earlier. Yep.
Same play, and it worked fantastic.
They're still losing him. They can't find him. They didn't put anybody in motion. But we bring a tackle out here and a tight end and put 2 receivers behind them out here to the wide side of the field, and they forget about Langston on the other side, and there he was right in the middle of the field with no free safety. Yeah. Now they're putting number 7 back there. I think they're going to leave him in the middle of the field from now on.
Yeah, he's their center fielder.
Yeah, now he's going to move on over here and play it.
Flips over.
Yeah.
At the 42-yard line, we have it first down and 10. Damian back to throw out of the shotgun. Timing pattern up for grabs, just out of bounds.
Man.
Yep, too much on that one.
He had him open for just a minute.
Yep.
And put a little bit too much air under it, and it did. It sailed on him and went right out of bounds.
That was Gage Southerts over there this time, number 9. But just got out of bounds on him.
Yeah.
So now it's going to bring up with 8:19 to play. Second down and 10. Damian comes to the sideline, gets the play call from coordinator Jeff Marr. But, boy, I tell you, a touchdown here, and, boy, things will pucker up on the other sideline.
Oh, yeah. Now you can see them getting depth back there. You can see how deep they're playing now to keep us from getting in the middle of the field and getting gone.
4 wide receivers on the set. Down the middle, it's intercepted.
Intercepted.
Oh, man, just that was number 7 back there playing center field. We were talking about him a moment ago. And Bryce Sane had to come back and tackle him because Bryce was the intended receiver.
Yeah, they backed him up out of there then and played true pass coverage that time instead of worrying about a veer game or anything else. And I think it's mostly because they saw Damian back there in the gun set, and they just fell back out of there and made sure that trying to make sure we didn't get the ball up in the middle of the field again.
So, boy, I tell you, Coach, that's a tough turnover there with 8:10 to play.
It is, and but.
Let's see if we can stop them. We're still in it, but we got to stop them here. We can't let them get 2 or 3 first downs and use a whole lot of time. The quarterback is going to try to run it. Again, they're without their top 2 playmakers, and their offense is really out of sync right now.
Yeah, they're just struggling. They're looking for something to run now to milk this clock. And without that running back, with him on the sidelines, and so they put the ball in the hands of the quarterback, and he's trying to make plays, and we stuffed him that time.
Yeah, he's not the powerful runner that their normal running back is. We're talking about the guy who got hurt, Jonathan Smith. But he went out shaking up pretty good. Now, we thought for a moment that possibly their wide receiver, Donovan Green, might come back in, but we haven't seen him back in either. Now they're looking at 2nd down and long. Yeah. Now there's penalty.
Yeah, I believe play clock had run out unless he got a timeout. It looks like he might have got a timeout call.
Got a timeout call. We'll take a break. 7:26 to play. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans back live, 7:26 to play here in the 4th quarter, 36-20. Mount Airy on top of our Maroon Devils as they had a big turnover just a moment ago with the interception. Now let's see if we can stop them as, again, without their lead running back and lead wide receiver, Mount Airy's offense is a little bit out of sync right now. Quarterback back in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, now throws it out to the wide side. There's number 1 out there trying to make a move, and now the ball came out on that play.
Yeah. And
let's see if we got it or they got it.
Yeah, we closed on that ball fast, and that was great. That's good defense, and I believe they're saying they got the ball back.
They got it back.
There was Langston and Ian Brooks out there, both of them getting after that football, and they closed on him so fast he didn't have a chance to make a move. So it brings up about 3rd and 12.
Yeah, a long way to go. And that ball came out, but he got it back.
Yeah.
3rd and long. Now you know what they're going to do. They're going to try to throw it down the field. They got 4 wide, 2 on each side. 1 man in the backfield. Our Maroon Devils here. Bryce Sane playing one of the safeties. And they try to run it, though. Kind of a draw play, and it's not even going to be close. So now it's going to be 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, unless he's crazier than I think he is, he needs to punt this football, but that'll give us a chance to get it back. Let's see here.
Yeah, they're going to punt it. They thought about it, but not very long.
Yeah.
Of course, they still had 4th and 11, Coach, so they had a long way to go.
Yeah.
That's too dangerous. But, some coaches, they'll do it.
Yeah.
I know Mike Ayers at Wofford, he didn't like to punt on 4th down. I mean, he just played that law of averages. Some coaches like that mathematical averages.
Yeah.
Oh, great punt. Bryce Sane, fair catch at the 41-yard line. We get it back. We have 5:44 to play, but we got to score in a hurry.
Yeah, we got to get on the board and then get the ball back, and then we can make a ball game out of this thing again.
2 scores. You got to have 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions to tie. Got to have 16 points here, but hey, we've got our chances. Man, that last drive hurt, but hey, we stopped them and got the ball back, so we're still in it.
Yeah, the only thing it hurt us with was with the time and the field position. Now,
that's it.
Now we've just got to get the ball in the end zone as quickly as we can.
Here comes Damian running to the right side. He put it in the belly of Bryce, but then he took off and got a first down.
That was a good option look right there. That's a zone look. First time we've seen that tonight. He fakes his zone sweep to Bryce Sane and then pulls the football and takes off into a gap that's vacated by a defensive lineman that's trying to keep from being reach blocked.
This time we got Hunter Call and Jesse Waldrop, wide receivers, to the short side of the
Pulling
field.
Both guards out in front of Bryce.
Tries to cut it inside. Boy, Bryce trying to turn the corner, but he just can't get out there, and they string the play out this time, Coach, and we have nowhere to go.
Yeah, there ought to be a flag thrown there. They just kept hitting him out of bounds over there, and they're not going to, though.
Yep, right in their bench.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's where a personal foul should be called.
There's your personal foul. I don't know why that didn't exist. But
oh, boy.
So it's second now and 9.
Clock, I thought he was out of bounds. Clock still running, 4:54 to play. They didn't stop the clock.
He was more out of bounds than...
Oh, boy, I thought so, too. He was out of bounds over on their bench. Damian back to throw. Has time. Firing it long. Got a man wide open, Bryce Sane, and he just can't get it to it. Oh.
Went right through his arms.
Yep, it did, right over his shoulder.
Yep. Got Bryce coming out of the backfield, and he was running right down the sidelines again. They lost him.
Yeah, he was open.
Didn't know he was in the world, and there he was running. The ball went right through his arms to his outside.
He was open, and not a bad pass at all from Damian Lossy. Had it on the money. 3rd down and 9 now. 4:39 to play in the ball game. We got to convert here. Then we got 3rd down. We can go for it. We'll go for it on 4th, Coach. We have no choice.
Yeah, it's time. You don't punt it back to them now.
Nope.
We got 2 downs here to pick up 9 yards, and you can see how much depth they're playing with back there now in the Mount Airy secondary. They're way back there.
Damian has to step up and run. He's got some pretty good yards over there on the left sideline. I think he has the first down.
He may have it right there.
He got it. Good run.
I know he was out of bounds then. He had to be. His feet were against the fence.
Yeah, he was almost up in the stands.
Yeah,
on that
I don't understand how they called Bryce and said that Bryce wasn't out of bounds over there. I mean, when players are dodging.
Oh, boy. So that is the first down. The sticks will move. 4:28 to play. Our Maroon Devils on the drive again. Can we hang on to this football and drive it into the end zone? Damian fakes the handoff. He runs again, but, boy, they meet him right heads up, and that's their defensive tackle over there.
Yeah, we've got to get a play called quick now. We're down to 4 minutes, closing in on 4 minutes. We got to get to the line of scrimmage, and we can't waste any time.
4:13 and counting. Our Maroon Devils have 2 timeouts left. They have 1 timeout left. Ball on the 38-yard line of Mount Airy.
Yeah, 2nd and 11.
Trying to get this play going here, guys.
Yeah.
All right, we got Twins on the right side. Unbalanced line this time. Damian Lossy rolling, has time, fires, too tall. Tried to hit over here on the right side. Again, that was Gage Southers, but just too high.
Yeah, he put a little bit too much on that. He was running, and anytime you're running like that as a young quarterback especially, and as fast as his feet are, you have to gear down just a little bit to get that ball thrown where you want it. If you don't, it's going to take off on you like that. It's going to sail.
Yeah, that one sailed for sure. 3:47 to play. That stops the clock, but we have now a 3rd down and 11. Looking to the play call from the sideline.
Yeah, may have to call timeout right here. We're running out of play clock.
Yes, indeed. Got a timeout called. So we'll take a break as well. Fans, stay tuned. We're trying to hang in here. Late in the 4th quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds right here on the Maroon Devils Network. Back live on a cold Friday night. Temperature in the low 30s, but thank goodness there's no breeze. Here we go. 3rd down, 11. Our Maroon Devils with the football. Wing on the right side. Damian back to throw. Looking to the right side. Fires. It's intercepted, and they've got a wide open field. Yep. They're going to score, and that is pretty much the final nail in the coffin, if you will, on a Friday night with 3.5 minutes to play. That one just, Coach, it just looks like we had a receiver and a quarterback maybe on a little different page on that one. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I think they rushed. Both of them were rushing. Damien was rushing his throw a little bit, and the receiver was rushing his route a little bit. And the ball was hung out there in no man's land, and they happened to be there, and they were playing zone defense underneath then, and he threw it right to him.
Yeah, and there you can see their safety back there, Coach, was almost reading Damien's eyes. And he read that play all the way.
Yeah, when they switched out of their man coverage then into the zone, and that's why that happened. Basically, that's what you end up doing is reading the quarterback's eyes and where he's looking on the field, and you give him 2 looks, and after that second look, you run because he's going to have to throw the football then.
Now for the point after touchdown, this one is up, and this one is good as well. That's going to make it a 43-20 Mount Airy lead. We'll get the ball back with 3.5 minutes to play, but again, a pick 6 here really, really hurts late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and we were talking there, Gary, before the play even that, it was down to 2 plays and an onside kick for us. We were going to have to score in 2 plays, and Coach Marr and Coach Blankenship, they know these things, and they were trying to make something happen right there. I'm not defending them. What happened, but they were trying to get that ball upfield to get it close enough to the end zone that within a play, maybe 2 more plays, get it in the end zone, get back here, onside kick it, and give yourself a chance to get back and tie this football game.
That was the perfect scenario.
That's right. You're running out of downs and you're running out of time.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that you got to take a chance. And when you take a chance against athletes, they don't have to be right every time. They just got to be right one time like he was and pick that thing off, and it's 6.
Yep. And he had plenty of field and plenty of speed.
Out here to the wide side of the field, there wasn't but 2 receivers out here, and both of them were running deep. And
Bryce Sain's going to take this one back inside the 5-yard line, back out to the 10, 15, out across the 20, runs into traffic. We'll have it at the 25-yard line, 1st down and 10 on offense with 3:25 left to play here at Mount Airy. So now the Maroon Devils get it back. But again, just a tough night for turnovers.
Yeah, it is, and especially when you're having to play against when you're playing catch up and you have to take chances, then you can expect that, and you're having to throw the football as much as we've had to here in the second half. You can expect some of those turnovers.
That's
now, the ones in the first half, the phantom fumble down here and all that. I haven't got a clue about what that's all about.
Yeah, those things. That one really hurt. That was, to me, the game changer of the game.
Yeah.
This time, Damien hits Bryce, and he fumbles, but they may call that incomplete, I think.
Yeah, we're going to see right here. One official said he caught it. The other one says he didn't. Now they're both deciding that he did.
Yeah. I'm not sure he ever had complete control.
No, I don't think he did either, but that
was close.
Yeah.
Whew. Incomplete, 3:13 to play. But, Coach, I really believe that that play, when we had it 1st and goal at the 5-yard line and that phantom fumble, to me, that was the game changer right there.
That's the game changer. We had them kind of on their heels.
Yeah.
They weren't real sure what was going to happen, and that just, the Big Mo changed shirts right then, and it's been an uphill struggle for us ever since. And at that point in time, all bets were still on. Everything was even. Everything was looking the same.
Yep. So instead of at that point, and a game that could have been 15-13 changed to 22-6 pretty quick.
And Gary, you've been doing this so long, for God knows how many 40-something years. It really, a football game actually boils down to 4, 5, maybe 6 key plays in a ball game. Now, every down counts, every play counts.
Sure.
But there's 4 or 5 of those big plays like that right there that just change the whole perspective of the ball game.
They do. That play was a big one. Down the middle, they intercepted again.
Okay.
And they may have some room over there on that side of the field as well, and they do. They run it in for the touchdown, and that just kind of adds insult to injury, if you will. But again, that was number 7, who's been burned a couple of times. So I guess he got his own personal revenge right there.
Yeah, he's been on the losing end of a few of those, and now he's finally made his way back into.
And now they know they've got this one going their way with 3 minutes to play in a 49-20 game that was a lot closer a few minutes ago.
Yeah, it didn't take long, did it? And
no.
But that's what happens when you, like I said, when you have to start taking chances like that and start throwing it up there. And with all these athletes they've got out there on the field, it's running around, and especially in this deep zone coverage that they're playing. That things happen. Bad things happen for you.
Yeah, they did. And now, basically, in under about a minute and a half, they've had 2 pick sixes here.
Yeah.
And that has changed this game in a hurry to 50-20 in the favor of the Mount Airy Bears. But again, Coach, turnovers, we've seen them all night. We've seen some big ones. And, of course, these don't help. But these just kind of seal it for Mount Airy.
Yeah, it does, and it is to the point now where I don't think there's any way you can come back and win this football game. Not with 3 minutes left to go, but you don't hang your head right now, and you don't lay down and take it. You keep playing until
you finish strong.
Till that final buzzer sounds. But I want to tell you how much I appreciate doing this with you this year,
you
man.
Said it, brother.
I've had a ball doing it, and I appreciate y'all's patience with me when I couldn't be here. But I've really and putting up with me because I'm not the easiest guy to get along with.
Hey, well, I tell you what, I can't think of a better place I'd rather be on a Friday night.
Oh yeah, this is enjoyable. It's entertainment, and this is a part of the game only part of the game I can even contribute to anymore. So I'm really not my coaching days are over, so I enjoy talking about it, and especially with you because you make this fun. You really do, Gary.
Well, hey, you make it fun for me. And, I was thinking about that the other day, Coach. I was reading something, and I think I read that you had been out, 10 years. And you looking back, what do you miss the most out of being away from it for 10 years?
Oh, it's the players, it's the kids. I mean, they keep you young, and you get out there and you work hard, you work them hard, and you're tough on them. But they kept me feeling young. They kept me on my toes. It wasn't all shiny, There's a lot of ugly parts to it, but it was entertaining. It entertained me and. Over the years, and you're able to make a living doing something like that and raise a family and call it a career, to be able to do that. And I never thought I'd be able to do it, and to have the opportunity to do it from 1979 until I retired was just really unbelievable. It really was. I had no idea I would stay in coaching that long, really. I really hadn't planned on staying in it that long.
And to be that successful, too.
Well,
won a lot of ball games.
That came along with the program there at Swain County High School. It came along with the players that you end up with, and you spend a lot of time year in and year out developing them. And you see them come, and there's, not every team you have is going to be able to win it all, and especially not at a 1A level. You just don't. It doesn't happen. So you develop them as best you can through the off season in the weight room, out there running and carrying on during the summertime and having all these workouts and stuff. And it just over time you see it building until you're out here competing, and you finally able to put a team together and make some good things happen for the young men. I mean, it's something that they never forget. And you come into a stadium like I did tonight, and you run into all these former players, and they want to talk to you about different things, and they show up at your house and in the grocery store and everything else want to talk to you about it. So it was a good career for me. I enjoyed it, and I have no regrets. It's just, you hate to see ball games like this get away.
Yeah, because it was so close at one point. It was just that close into turning in our direction, making it a 2-point ball game, if you will. And then, of course, and we were still in it here about 6-7 minutes ago. We still had a chance, but those 2 pick sixes, of course, put it away. But now talking about quarterbacks, we got a new quarterback in there.
Yeah.
As Connor Hyatt's coming on to play some. And And, of course, he'll be back next year, and that's one good thing, Coach. Of course, we're going to lose 7 really good seniors, but we have 16 juniors back, 8 sophomores, 17 freshmen. So a good base coming back next year.
Yeah, and these seniors, this is their last hurrahs tonight, and it's been they've had a good run. They've had a good run here and had some success, and I'm sure it's been a good experience for them. And they didn't want it to end like this, but
Nope.
Let's put it this way: at the end of this football season, every team but one in the state of North Carolina in every division is going to be hurt. Their feelings are going to get hurt.
Yep.
So
they're going to finish
somewhere
with a loss.
along, you're going to get hurt. And I look at Mount Airy right here. I can't really see them being a good enough football team. They may, I don't know, to win this whole thing. Knowing what's maybe you got some of those teams downstate and whatnot. They've still got to go through. They may win the whole thing. I don't know, but it takes a lot to get that done, and people don't realize just what kind of effort and what has to happen to a football team for you to end up down there in one of those championship games. It is truly a battle.
Oh, and it's every week is a do or die when you get to this this situation. Connor throws left side, got it complete over there, and it's going to be dropped, going to be incomplete. But, and then, Coach, and I've heard coaches say this, and I think there's some truth to this. Along the way, you need a little bit of luck now and then, too.
You got to have luck. You got to have luck against injuries. You got to have luck with the weather sometimes. You got to you got to get some breaks in this. It just doesn't happen. You can be the best football team in a league or any division or any conference, and you can still go home with your tail between your legs getting whipped somewhere simply because of bad luck.
Oh, yeah.
Bad things happen.
Here we go, running right off the gut here. Got some new folks in the ball game getting some playing time on a Friday night. And we got time for just a couple more plays. But, Coach, again, turnovers really, really big in this ball game. I think that really was the difference when all was said and done.
That's the tail of the tape. And we talk about a phantom fumble. It's going to be irrelevant now, but because you can't go back and redo it. But it hurts your feelings when things like that happen because, like you said, it boils down to those 4 or 5 big plays earlier in this ball game. Have better luck or a better call by an official or whatever reason, and that's it. Then it changes the whole dynamics of the football game.
Oh, no question about it, fans. That's going to wind it up. The final ticks on the clock, 50-20, our final score. The Mount Airy Granite Bears winning over our Maroon Devils. They move on. Of course, our Maroon Devils will open up basketball season next year. But, Coach, I appreciate you being with us again this year.
Well, I want to thank you and Joe for being so patient with me. And Joe hadn't thrown me off out of a press box or off any bleachers anywhere, so I feel like I've done pretty good. I'm going to make it all right now.
Oh, no doubt about it. Thanks to Andy back at the studio for putting up with us here tonight. Fans, we've had a great season here at Swain County High School, and, hey, we hope you'll come back and join us next year and next time right here. So long from the Maroon Devils Network.